Fucking yeet. Let's do this.
Fuck you bitch ass!
Alright.
I'm gonna come
Redistribute
over
the
to
means.
your house. I'm
Alright,
gonna fucking come
so.
over to your house. Little bitch ass, I'm gonna fucking stick my feet in
Okay.
your cereal.
Okay, bad with
Try
that.
it. My door is locked.
You
Alright.
think that is my point of entry? You're wrong.
So who wants to recap last time?
No.
These two motherfuckers in a second.
Sorry, I'm confused.
Wow.
So, who would like to recap last time? And please be detailed at the end, because I don't know what was heard and what wasn't.
Right. We got into the Chartreuse Charlatan, or at least most of us. Ray chose to sweep the outside area just so that we aren't all flooding in at once, because that was not the plan. Denied knowing each other, mostly. Completely, I think. It was pure coincidence that just this altercation happened and a lot of people happened to be standing there. So, there was a lot of stuff kind of going on simultaneously. We met the two employees that were on that day at the very least, Lucas and Sanrel. While Ray swept the outside, she didn't find much tech. It was very, very classic. And also, interesting point, the fact that this place is also an eatery may set it outside of guild and regulations for magic shops. Various doors had alarm spell strings on them. There was one utilitarian one for, like, the main eatery shop area that basically made a chime sound when people walked in. The other two buildings might have been more silent. Don't know for sure. Mercury tried to play cat while Ray was sneaky. And they saw the boss elf of the whole place. He was kind to the cat, but kind of dismissive of Sanrel when she came out and told a little white lie about the free cup of tea that she gave to Saren. He apparently makes all the potions himself, which, funny enough, all seem to be some sort of green and glittery, regardless of what kind of potion it actually is. A couple of us checked out some various goods that were on display. Sabriel flirted. Roddy asked about a security job, but Boss Elf said they weren't hiring or interested right now, so nope. He did leave contact information with Sanrel, just in case there's maybe further contact that needs to be made. We don't know how this is going to go. We've got a week. The elf also makes some scrolls to sell, the magician. He has a back room for appointment only for private dining in the main building. Some people in suits came in to use it. Ray planted a bug in the main potion-making laboratory. Roddy puts in a potential order for a Booming Blade potion. Ready in about a week. And Mercury met the cook.
Huh.
The cook, less kind to cats, came at her with a cleaver and hit, and poof, suddenly there is a Star Genasi druid sitting there instead of a cat. Yeah.
Just a bit.
So, that went not badly, probably, maybe. Ended up with Mercury getting some kind of, like, makeup job and an potential offer of an assistant position if she can get various, like, plants. She gave the name, Malankite, and was given a potion to heal over, the cut still on her shoulder.
Fucking shit.
It seemed to work. I think he said something about coming and seeing him if it didn't. I don't remember exact words, though. I didn't write them down. Anyway, Mercury then... Saren doesn't hear it, but Mercury does. People in that private room discussing the magician, discussing the Chartreuse Charlatan. They apparently invested in the place very early on. And for some reason need to get some magical ingredients for it from the giant lands. Toenails, flesh, heart of a giant. They're talking over what mercenary, like, subgroups or whatever to send along or take along for the job. And then they turn to bragging about how they get this meal for free and how stupid the magician is letting them eat here every day with all of these expensive foods just because they invested once at the start. So there's some weird ties going on with stuff. There were some party arguments throughout the session because we are kind of a disaster crew right now. Sabriel fessed up to something personal health-wise to Ray. Why he is so focused on making the world better for people, why he's so focused on friendships and... A little background noise there, Sky. Thank you. Yeah, he's potentially focused on getting stronger himself. His lifespan might be aided by that. Ray is looking into some political disappearances, apparently. In the meantime, Mercury reveals that Malankite is her last name, and her real name is Serpin to Saren, which is fun.
Oh, you guys' names are gonna kill me, I swear.
Sorry. Sabriel then went to a hairdresser to get his look redone a little bit. Colored silver and cut shorter. And got Ray's fry-dyed hair some help. So hers is now light blue with kind of a green undertone to it. And at the very end, Mercury and Saren were going to the archives to talk to Pluto. And to run some errands, get some Tupperware, and then have dinner. But Mercury apparently collapses in the archives while scratching at the potion-healed scab. In the meantime, also, Ray is outside making a phone call to a contact, so we've got a couple of things going on right at the beginning of this.
I think that was everything.
So, to recap where Mercury is, we'll get there in a quick second, but start. Ray, step outside to make a phone call to Fenzi, right?
Yep.
It rings for a couple seconds and you're retired. Hello?
Hey, are you asleep?
More?
It's 4 in the afternoon, buddy.
Thought it was 5. Alright.
You concern me in the best way possible.
Feelings mutual.
Going through a crisis.
Again?
Yeah, but this time it's, I don't know. We can gauge it together. Oh. Someone used the word love, like, today. It's weird and wants people to love each other, and that's weird, too. It's just a weird group of people who are getting way too close with each other way too quickly, bud.
Okay.
And I'm trying to, at least. Hopefully going to use it to try and get some information more than what we've been looking for about them.
Of course.
And honestly, I don't want to I'm not fessing anything up. Like, I feel like it's going to be something dangerous. It's going to be something with them that's going to come up. It's almost the 3-year anniversary of one of them and the 6th year of the other. And there's going to be a lot of lies in this. Politics is stupid, buddy. And
Oh, yes.
you know I know that.
So what's the crisis?
Feeling, I guess, any sort of one of the guys I told you about already is being real sweet and there's no ulterior motive. And that weirds me out even more. But it's making me feel stuff too, and I don't, like it.
Ray, do me a favor. Think
What
for
do
a
you
second of all the things you have survived.
Yep.
If this goes wrong, you'll survive this too, right?
Yeah, but you know what I want to do, Fenzi.
So, try this out. If you still want to do it, do it. If not, don't. You'll survive. You'll live on. What's wrong? Where's the crisis?
Still trying to figure that out. Also, do you have that contact about the wrist thing? That's been like 3 months now. You haven't given me any. I pass out in a warehouse and you don't give me a number.
I mean, you're expecting me to try to find truth in mysticism. Well, I don't doubt what you saw is what you saw. It sounds a lot like a lot of things that are very difficult to prove. So it's taking me time.
Okay, but the number, you had it then. Are you going to give it to me now?
Probably not.
Asshole.
You're the one in crisis, not me.
Oh. Also, my hair's green now. It's not part of the crisis. It's like blue-green. Kinda cool.
Funny enough, you dyeing your hair is the least concerning part of a crisis.
I'm going to punch you in the face next time I see you, Fenty. And that is the... You know I love you.
Whatever you
In a
say is
sense.
correct.
Mm.
He hangs up.
Asshole. Ray's gonna, like, knock your head on the front window of the shop and just go back in.
And you get back in and watch Sabriel's scalp get attacked further. And eventually his hair is blown out a bit and give it a nice shimmery silvery. A darker one, because a lighter one is difficult to do with one dye job. But comes out looking pretty nice. Very much a Sephiroth vibe, though. If Sephiroth was just a bit twinkier.
That's impressive.
Right?
That's like a very small turn on the dial, but okay.
Okay.
Well, it's a small turn that takes a lot of effort to go past the lowest point.
Hmm.
It's like if Sephiroth was in like a shoujo manga.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
So
Shoujo
basically,
hands.
certain areas of fandom Sephiroth, I expect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I'll trust John's judgment and say yes.
Yes.
And as that's going on, Mercury and Saren, you guys head down to the archive, which Sky, you said you would like to describe for us.
Yes. Mercury basically pulls you along the street. It sets up her bike, and in front of you, it's relatively close to her apartment, which in turn means it's also relatively close to your motel. It's it's in one of the older districts of the city. Think, very old stone architecture, stone bricks, vines climbing up that, the old, like, academia sort of aesthetic in that sense. But you can tell this building has been here for a long time. And the sort of smaller series of buildings that are speckled all throughout the campus, like, they've all been here for a while. The only thing that looks even slightly new seem to be, if you can look far enough in the distance, which I'm assuming you probably can, you can see the glint of glass. And it looks almost like a greenhouse, but it's a bit too far away to tell. And Mercury kind of leads you in through the main doors. And she's muttering to herself, and she's like, basically ends up deciding on taking you through the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And you approach these massive oak doors. And with almost ease, Mercury hits a few spots on the door, and they swing open on their own. And it's a staircase. Plain stone, nothing fancy, lit by candles all the way down. She leads you down, and down, and down, and down. And there are doorways kind of leading off at certain points of the staircase, but it just keeps going. And eventually the air gets cold, but not damp, you notice. It's just kind of cold. And eventually you reach the bottom of the staircase. There's no other doors. It's just books. Rows and rows and rows of books. Cases that span from the floor to the ceiling, and the ceiling is decently high. Like, you would probably be needing a ladder. A very long ladder to reach the top of it. It is a cavern in and of itself. And Mercury will, I guess, slowly start to lead you through the maze that is known as the archives.
Okay.
See as you kind of You see as you kind of walk along the halls as well. The edge of a lot of the bookcases, there are these small contraptions, which look kind of similar to the ones on Mercury's bike. It seems like you're meant to place one arm and one leg in, and it will hold you fast and pull you to whatever book you need to reach high up. Okay, you guys kind of look through in the archives. Pluto in tow. Which I believe, have we described Pluto yet or no?
We haven't met him yet.
No, I was gonna say Saren hasn't met him yet.
Yeah, so if you want to describe Pluto as well for us.
All right. Walking. Sabriel, stop. I shouldn't have opened up the chat.
Correct.
No.
As they kind of walk inside, Mercury sort of brightens upon seeing the back of a rather large figure. And kind of calls out to Pluto. Pluto turns around. He is tall. You'd probably guess he's about as tall as Jupiter. The irony is not lost. If you ask, Mercury will explain as to why his name is Pluto. But anyways, gray skin, Goliath-like features. The tattoos on his skin are black, simple black ink. And his hair is rather nicely braided, actually, in a lot of braids, and all pulled back from his face. And he seems to just have a very kind disposition about him.
Smiles and waves you to come over. Yeah. You see, he, again, very similar to Jupiter, has that kind of gentle giant kind of picture to him. He is quite muscular. Not crazy like you would expect on Roddy. Roddy's probably larger than he is, but for his size, he holds it well. And as he sees Mercury, he kind of just picks her up by the waist with one arm and gives her a hug. And drops her back down and says, well, nice to meet you. My name is... They call me Pluto. Sticks out a hand to you, Saren. It's like a baseball glove size.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Saren.
Saren, and he kind of crouches down almost like he's doing a squat, just so he can see both of you eye level. Says, so, you guys need some help looking around, or I've been down here for a couple days already.
We're looking for stuff about the giants. I didn't know if you had brought it back into the offices, or if it's still kind of all floating around.
No, I can probably help you with that. Just giant stuff in general.
Yeah, mainly what I guess parts of them would be used for. Stuff like that.
Mildly unsettling. You have plans for me?
No, fucker. No, we overheard something at that place I told you I was looking out with them, and I think they're planning on using some giant stuff or something.
Well, go see what we can find. We should probably start alchemically before we get to politically. And then once we get past politically, we can get to biologically.
Aye, fair enough. You put any books away yet today? Or did you... I know you've been down here for a while.
No, still kind of dedicated to the task. Gotta read each one before I put it up, you know?
Aye, fair enough. Alright, to alchemy! And Mercury starts to lead the way.
You start to walk and he just smiles and performs a trick that you see him do and have yet to be able to do. He places his hand in one of those devices and just shoots across like a large section of the archives with a speed that even makes you dizzy, considering the lack of wheels that you can see on the device.
I hate him. I hate every fucking time he does that. I still can't figure out how to do that, eh? I guess because the metal don't connect.
And as you kind of see him perched about 20 feet in the air, almost upside down, as he monkeys down to one of the shelves, he starts just taking them, casting the barest spell on it, and floating them down to the ground for you. Takes it about a stack of 15 or 20 of them, and just go, wait, how long do you want to spend on this?
I can be down here for a while, but, you're coming back up, by the way. When I leave, you're coming with me.
I guess I'll make sure I leave you to your task, and I'll do rest of my work.
I give
Smiles
it.
and drops the last of the
Probab-
books down.
I give it maybe about 2 hours, less than that even.
I'll trust you to take care of the time.
Got you.
Smiles and drops one last and says, and if you get through this section, just let me know. And he shoots off on the curved edge of one of the walls, and you hear distantly the clicks of him rattling his fingers across books going down pretty far.
I hate that he can do that and I can't.
You know, I realize it's probably just a useful thing. It's utilitarian, but I kind of want to ride it. I kind of want to just.
I mean, you can.
It looks
There's
fun.
one right there.
We've got stuff to do. By the way, how strict are you feeling about that time limit?
Not strict at all.
Okay.
You're fine. Don't worry.
I was just gonna offer to set an alarm.
Oh, no, you're fine. If anything, I'll get a text. Reception is surprisingly not that bad down here. Probably magic, but
Huh.
Jupiter will let me know when stuff's starting to get ready.
Okay.
So, I want each of you to give me either an investigation or a history check. The DC is significantly lower because you have books and references here that you can use. It's basically just how well can you use them and connect the dots that you need to find.
Mhm.
Also, how long are you each spending on this?
Probably about the 2 hours that Mercury was thinking. Up to you, though.
How long have we got until Mercury scratches that scab?
Yeah.
Let's start with the first question. How long are you guys going to choose to spend?
Okay.
Let's go for the 2 hours loosely, but if we find something really interesting, or if we have any reason to keep going, it might stretch longer. How's that?
Alright, sounds good.
Or at least you intend.
Yes, intention. I've got the same number for either one. I'm just gonna. There we go. Nope.
Sarah, you're not doing great in the investigation checks or the
I'm not doing
intelligence
great.
and wisdom checks lately.
I'm not doing great with a lot of rolls, it seems.
Yeah.
We need to get you to stab something. It'll probably work better.
Yeah.
Can you, like, sword swing the information out of the books?
Oh my god.
If the teleporting book was here, probably, but... But you guys take the time, and... Saren, you do notice, not quite seeing it in the foresight, but that Mercury has begun to scratch at that itch while she's reading, and don't think much of it. It's a scab. But you guys continue searching for the 2 hours. Over the course of that Mercury, you find a pretty lengthy section. It's a bit old. You prefer to find something more recent, but about 75, 80 years ago. There's a generalized collection of what each part of a giant can do, pretty well cataloged. Looking through it, the heart in particular depends on the giant. It's argued that's where a lot of their source of power come from because they are constitution-based creatures, as well as strong of heart in their magic casting. So it's at least theorized that you can draw magic out of it. Because of that, if you're going to do a potion of health, strength, or mental fortitude from a giant, you would use the heart. For the nail clippings, especially things like stone giants and fire giants, their nails are made of stone and iron, but of a mystical variety, and can be ground down into a powder that's used as potion bases. Was there a third object, or a third piece?
Flesh.
Flesh.
Skin.
Well, not necessarily skin. Flesh is, frankly, skin and muscle.
Yeah. Flesh and blood, specifically, are used for potions of strength as well, and combined with the heart of a different giant, can lead to very powerful mixtures. Stronger than the giant's strength would naturally allow. So you can take a potion of hill giant strength, mix it with a frost giant, and get kind of a middling strength level. Which, when you are short on parts and trying to use every part of a giant, is very efficient. The way the author describes it is visceral and detached. It seems almost like a cookbook. the way he's describing it.
Hmm.
But as you kind of look through it, those kind of images like flashing through your head. Well, I'll leave it up to you what your natural reaction would be, but you find yourself getting just boozier and boozier reading this book until eventually you go to put it down. The image is kind of bothering you in your current slightly frazzled mindset.
Just kind of very quietly, Saren,
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
And we'll say that right there.
Yeah, that was pretty disgusting, and...
Yep, as Pluto rounds the corner, like, hey, I think I found some. Mercury just drops.
Frick! Alright, quick, does she tend to suffer any seizures? Does she have any conditions that could cause this to Pluto immediately?
Pluto doesn't seem immediately panicked and just goes, not that I know of. I'm not the most observant.
Okay.
Are her limbs still attached properly? Check the prosthetics.
Alright.
He's loping over, but not in any sort of seeming rush. He is strangely non-reactionary, but it seems a bit akin to his character.
Saren's just gonna check, basic stuff like, pulse breathing, make her more comfortable, I guess, and then check prosthetics as said.
Give me a medicine check, and if you'd like to do this, a second medicine check with intelligence for the prosthetics, you may.
Okay, here's basic medicine. The second one is going to be +2 on this, basically. So the prosthetics is only an 11, regular medicine is an 18.
Alright. Looking at it earlier, you see that, just kind of had to give the look over, the scratching that she's been doing has opened up the scab, and she's got the kind of flecks of blood beneath her fingernails from where she might have picked it off a bit. Pulse is fine, a bit fast, but you have vague knowledge that people who are missing limbs to now higher blood pressure because just less blood in their body. Despite the fact she's unconscious, she is pretty much hyperventilating, and her eyes are like fluttering, like trying to wake up and not really doing so. Doesn't seem capable of speaking right now. As for the prosthetics, they're attached properly. You don't see any obvious problems with them. There's no gaps from metal to flesh. There's no obvious twisting of the wrong way or broken metal. It seems just something has come over her. This could be a fainting spell. You've seen stuff like this similar to heat exhaustion, but it doesn't make any sense down here, where it's pretty cool.
Nope.
You don't know, and you don't know enough about Genasi-specific biology to know if they have any kind of terrain resistance or anything like that for this type of Genasi.
Okay. Alright, she's gonna look up at Pluto and, there's probably a medic on site, right?
Upstairs, probably, yeah. I can go grab them. It'll be faster if I do it.
Alright, I'll stay here with her.
Sure. If she starts to wake up, just give a shout. I'll make sure someone's down here to check on her.
Alright.
And he takes 2 of those devices you saw earlier and sticks all 4 of his limbs in there, and just goes shooting across the bookshelves and up the staircase.
Okay. Is the scabbed cut, actively bleeding right now?
No, it's just like that obvious redness and light. Oozing is the best word I know, unfortunately. Maybe seeping.
Yeah.
Of a cut that was too recently picked open.
Okay. Yeah, for lack of anything else to do, Saren sits down next to Mercury and just tries to make sure she stays okay. Because this is not quite her area of expertise.
Yeah.
Would she know anything first aid-wise that would help further?
You would know a couple things. Mainly just make sure they're in a cool area, make sure they're not, their body temperature isn't fluctuating, because that could be a sign of their body being some sort of dysregulation. This doesn't look like shock yet, but if it is shock, you know to immediately get the ambulance.
Yep.
Recovery position?
Not so much. With things like this, you want to be careful with not moving their head or neck, just in case there's some issue with basically the parts of your brain that keeps you awake at the base of your skull.
Cerebellum.
And as for Mercury, I want you to jump into the chat for me.
Oh,
Oh
God.
boy.
Fuck!
Uh-huh.
Bye.
I don't suppose, like, Ray could have walked in the hairdresser, so there's just something to talk to while you two are gone.
Ray did walk in, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was mentioned earlier, yeah.
Have fun.
Alright.
Lovely.
Hop on over with me, Sky.
Everyone might just look up and it's like, so, well, I like the new color. How about you?
Mm. Ray?
Is
Ty?
Tyler?
Ty?
Ty?
Uh-oh.
Discord crash, got it.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
We're
There it is.
I was about to open it up on my phone, everything went silent, now I'm sorry.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, but
There we go.
just one thing also before Sabriel would notice something I forgot to bring up when Ray hugged him because I didn't think she'd hug anyone that.
Hmm.
You probably would have felt cool metal on your stomach when, because her shirt's really thin. You probably would have felt something. Something like cold. It wasn't flesh.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
But yeah, Ray's probably just like sitting, just like on her phone, looking at stuff. Probably checking the obituaries and missing persons again.
You probably missed the question then, and you're just like,
I did.
so, I like the color. What about you?
If it's fine, it's nice. Your color is good. You're a little bit contradictory with yourself because you said you wanted to grow it out, yet you cut it shorter.
I've been meaning to cut it out, to grow it out, but things change.
I suppose.
It was the reason I hadn't come recently. But with, I suppose, recent developments, maybe it's time for a new look.
Seems fair. New looks are usually good. I change mine up about once every few weeks.
Well, like the professional recommendation, maybe just keep this color for a little bit. Give your hair some breathing room.
It's tempting, but I'm slightly impulsive in that sense. The only sense, actually. Just to look different.
I could try different makeups on you.
No.
Clothes shopping?
No. I have my clothes and I have my closet.
Cheap chalk hair things.
Goodness.
No, but this place is interesting. I've never been to a salon before.
Oh, really? Like, ever?
Never.
Oh. Did you enjoy it?
Slightly uncomfortable. I've never really had an entire choice in choosing hairstyles. If it wasn't myself doing it. I think I brought that up before.
Well, I mean, they'd do whatever you'd say whatever you'd ask of them.
Still. It's odd.
Would you come again?
Someone was with me, yes. I probably would not come on my own volition.
Would you begrudge me if I dragged you here another day?
You are allowed to drag me here, yes.
Have you ever painted your nails much?
No, I bite them.
Hmm.
And pick them. I once had those, like, fake nails on once for fun, because I had some spare money, and they were gone in a day. I'm not good at keeping things the same as...
They make bittering stuff to put on your nails to make you stop biting them.
I know. I know.
Have you tried it?
Yep.
Not working?
Mm-mm. On my nails right now.
Ah.
I've tried salt, I've tried bittering agents, I have tried everything. Keeping them short is more helpful when you're working with electricals and any sort of computing, though. You don't mess things up more when your fingertips are easier to touch the keys.
I mean, you could still paint them, but and I'm sure the shortness goes to a limit, which you might go past.
Yes. Also, nix that phone call. I made it while you were finishing up.
Say that again, sorry?
Nix that phone call. I made it while you were finishing up.
Which phone call?
I said I was gonna make a phone call.
Oh, wait. Assumed you walked out for a reason.
Oh dear.
Oh, they're back.
They're back.
Continue your
Hi.
conversation. Don't need to rush it.
I am
Okay.
on.
dreading this.
Oh, it was the phone call I was talking about in the car that I said I was gonna yell a little bit, and I did not raise my voice. Perfect control. Good job, Ray. But I do not need to make it anymore, as it was already made.
Everything go okay with it?
I suppose.
If you'd like to explain further, feel free. If not,
I probably have to do more research on my own, more than relying on any other sources, because I feel like I've run him dry for the week.
oh, sorry.
No, oh, gross. He'll warm up to me easily. In about a week. Well, I'll stop calling him for 2 days and then I'll get bored. I think. That's usually what happens.
Mm.
Or I'll get bored and I'll go, please talk to me.
Oh, it's good to keep in contact.
He's the only one I'd prefer to keep in contact with, and a few others, but if I'm adding to the list, I could say you're added to the list.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I knew you were worrying about that for a bit.
Um, like I said, you are only one of a few.
Yada yada yada, love, yada yada. Yeah.
Of what I told you, I mean.
I'm more. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
I trusted you enough in the first place.
I know, just keeping that reassurance up.
Same goes for you and anything you've sealed my lips to.
I don't think I've told you anything.
You were rather cagey about, and I'll just feign this over, the certain heritage you hold.
Oh, I just don't bring it up because it's not my parent heritage. Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Don't
being
care
cagey
to
about it.
Don't care to explain the whole ordeal?
I'm gonna keep being cagey about why I'm cagey about that, yes.
Alright then, another day.
Yes, shall we head off? I need to do more of that research and much more of it than I expected.
I think so. I think I'm free to go. He looks up to the Solanus like they're his probation officers.
There's still a bit of a scowl on his face. He just looks at you and says, "It is done, but you owe me some dinner.
Very well.
Take your time with it, but don't forget it, please."
I'm on a job for the next week, but if we finish early or after that, absolutely.
Now get out of here, you mess.
I'm your mess and you know it.
I don't own you, nor does anyone else, much as we may try to own a piece of you.
Gross.
All I own is the right to touch your hair.
Half gross.
Half gross.
Please, I've seen the other hairdressers he had before me. Ugh.
You're my favorite for a reason. We'll be off.
Don't you forget it. Oh, I assume you're paying for the young one? Actually, no, scratch it. You are paying for the young one. Come over.
Oh. By all means.
I can pay, it's fine.
No. I dragged you here.
He owes me.
That too.
So just mark off 10 gold pieces.
Alright.
It's half the cost of a speeding ticket. Not bad.
Fuck off! Fuck off!
I got a new look to go along with it.
Yeah. But as we cut back to inside the archives,
Oh man.
you see Saren, that Mercury is beginning to kind of slow down whatever agitated state they were in. Their eyelids stop fluttering so much, and you can see their breathing evening out and feel the heart rate slow down a little bit. It seems like they're either beginning to wake or at least beginning to reach a more peaceful state of rest. You hear some kind of mumbling about like a drive or something. And you get almost like a diagnostic report from your Fane saying, her Fane are actively speaking to her, so she is cognizant. A lot of activity, but nothing concerning. Have you seen this before? We don't find it in your memories,
No.
but you seem steady.
Not this exactly, but I've been on site when somebody dropped with a seizure, or one time heat stroke. I've learned some first aid.
From what we can tell, adrenaline usually adds a bit of jitteriness and shaky energy. For you, it seems to steady your hand. But you still have that urge to act.
Yeah.
Almost your legs are working overtime.
Yeah, I gotta say, the waiting to see and waiting for somebody with more expertise is kind of the hardest part.
Shall we try something?
Depends on what you want to try.
Try commingling.
Hmm.
Their fan are active and they're able to make decisions. We might be able to connect to them mentally even if their body can't react. Figure something out. Try to steady their panic.
Is there any risk to that? Of making it worse for Mercury?
If there's something we don't see coming, then yes. If they're effectively overstimulated, then it's possible more stimulation is a bad thing. But in that situation, more Fane together tend to be good for that kind of thing. It opens the mind. So, there is a risk, but, well, at least to our numbers, it's acceptably low.
And she's just gonna, like, get a sense from them of exactly how low, even if it's not a number, it's a feeling, and if she feels like it's low enough, she might go ahead and have them tentatively commingle.
There is basically projected to be like a less than 5% kind of chance for anything happening, and a further less than 1% on them being unable to be useful, or at least neutrally useful, if something does happen.
Okay, she'll try it.
Alright. So, with that in mind, give me a D100.
Don't like it. 59.
You... Mercury, you do get the sound echoing in your mind of, would you like to commingle? It's Saren.
Yeah, please.
And Saren, you're pulled into this mindscape. It almost looks like she's standing on like a salt flat. The ground is reflective of the sky, and the sky is just this clear blue with like a single cloud. And Mercury is just kind of standing there, talking to what you presume is their Fane, a imageless voice that echoes around saying, "Well, we have a visitor. We'll try to settle your mind and your nerves as much as we can."
Alright. Saren, what happened?
You just collapsed. Pluto's getting on-site medical.
Ah, shite, I probably scared the fuck out of him.
He didn't seem scared.
It takes a little while to know him. Did he take 2 of the thingies, or just 1?
2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, I don't know what happened. I just remember scratching the thing on my arm, and then nothing.
Well, you seem fine physically out there, at least as far as what I can tell. I'm no doctor, though.
I just feel weird.
What kind of weird?
I don't know.
Weird in the head? Weird physically?
In the head, I guess? It's a little hard to tell, what with not being able to move nothing.
All
Just
right,
want to wake up.
Yeah. But no, seriously, is it If you were to
Quick.
try to describe the weird, yeah?
At the expression of desire of I'd like to wake up, you hear like a rumbling in the ground. You hear the faint echo saying, "We are getting there. It seems like you're beginning to calm down enough that we can wake you safely. But just be patient for a minute more, Mercury."
Alright. I don't know. Conrad, what is the feeling kind of like? Is there anything
Kind
in
of-
particular?
Kind of echoing off that insight check earlier. Being in this mindscape helps with that feeling before you were pulled in here by the vein. It was just this overwhelming feeling of just dizziness. Like, the equilibrium of your mind has just been completely thrown off. And that darkness and that blackness, you didn't really feel anything. But once you woke up, speaking of the vein, as you know, your mind at least was not addled. It didn't seem too out of it. Just
Uh,
got pulled in here by the Fae, assumedly for safekeeping.
just dizzy, I guess. I don't know. It's odd.
Has this
I don't-
ever happened to you before, or anything like it?
No, not really. I mean, when I first lost, the limbs, it took maybe a little bit to get used to, but even then, it wasn't really lightheaded. It was more so off kilter.
Yeah, and that's a specific traumatic incident, so...
But no, I never had seizures. I never passed out. Even when stuff gets too loud sometimes, I don't pass out. I just cover my ears and then it dies down. But this hasn't really happened before. Do you
Sarah,
think
you
it?
feel like a pressure on your shoulder, and you get a message from your pain saying, "It seems someone's returned."
Alright, someone's back. I'd better be out there, otherwise they're gonna drag me to medical too.
Okay, just please wake me up. I
I'm...
don't like this.
The Fae are gonna wake you up, okay? Just give them a chance to settle things. We're gonna make sure you're
Alright.
okay on the outside.
Okay.
And Sarah will whoop back to herself.
You blink and you're back in the body, just feeling almost time returned to normal speed as Pluto places his hand on your shoulder like, "Hey, how is she, Saren?"
What did you say?
Turn, and how is she, Saren?
Oh.
And you see he's flanked by two wood elves, probably siblings. They look very alike. Who kind of step around both of you and over to Mercury's body. Mercury, you feel the beginnings of consciousness come in. As the Fane have basically sent you back to your mind as it's deemed safe, and you're just struggling to fully become aware of what's around you, but you're getting there.
She seems stable, like maybe she's gonna wake up soon.
And he kind of looks up to the wood elves, and as they do, they look up, and there's like an echoed between the two of them, just like, she doesn't seem too off, and Mercury, you shoot awake.
Ah!
Everyone jumps as you do so.
Who are you? Why are you touching me?
You were unconscious? We're medical staff. They're saying this in unison.
Oh, alright.
God.
You talk at the same time, or is that just because I hit my head?
Oh, hold on. And they press their palms to each other and like melt back into one body.
Huh!
That's weird.
That's interesting. How the hell you do that?
Oh, illusion magic made corporeal. Are you alright though? We need to hold on. We need to check for just concussions for a new file and things like that. If you don't mind sitting for a minute.
Yeah, alright. I don't think I hit nothing.
It's worth checking. Oh, how did you? I kind of look at your shoulder. Is this recent?
Yeah, I got hit by a meat cleaver.
Maybe it was an infection. If it was recently used.
Somebody healed me though. I don't.
It takes more than just healing to get rid of a disease usually. Here, well, we should be able to fix that though. And they press their palm against it. It stings a little bit, but it's scabbed over, so it's not too bad. And you feel a pulse of magic pass through you and say, "Oh," and they just like wipe their hands together. if there is a disease, it's not there anymore. At least if magic can help with that.
Alright.
You see them like reach into their pocket and pull out this like cleansing gel, and they rub their hands with it, and hand some to you as well, and say, take this, wash your hands, and rub it on the shoulder.
Okay.
If you do so, it is this soothing, cool gel, almost like a thicker sanitizer.
Alright.
But
Anything else?
they give you like an overall checkup, like check the pupils, standard stuff. Cast a quick identify spell on you, and don't come up with anything. Seems like, well, do you feel alright now?
I think. I don't feel dizzy. I don't know what happened.
We try to get some bed rest tonight. Take a bath, not a particularly warm one. Just something to help your body relax and lessen the strain on you. Just have someone check up on you in the morning.
Yeah, alright.
And they kind of help you stand up, and your legs feel strong. You feel fine.
Oh, that was weird. Huh.
Pluto kind of just grabs you by the waist once more and lets you sit on his shoulder. Just,
Thanks.
do you want to head home? Did you get the research you needed done?
Yeah, actually, found a good, decent bit. I think I might have to take some of these books back with me, though.
I'll use my card. Don't worry.
Alright.
God knows they stopped asking me for my fees a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, same here, but I don't think I have mine on me. I think I left it back in my room.
Well, the next time you come in, do come pay your fees. If you're working as much as you say you are, you should be able to pay it off.
I'm trying. Sarah, you still alright to come by for supper?
If you're gonna be alright,
I feel fine.
And she very quickly feigns with Mercury. Mac can drive itself, right?
Mac drives on her own. I just
Her.
kind of give a... Yeah, on her own.
Okay. Alright. As long as that's the case.
He kind of looks at you, Sarah, and just goes, do you also want it right on the shoulder? I'm going to use the lift.
Actually, can you tell me how these things work and direct me to it?
Sarah
Right.
wants to try.
He kind of looks to you and says, no, you're going to hang on because you've already had injuries today. I don't want you passing out on there and not be able to stop yourself.
I'm not going to use them. I said Sarah wants to try.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he basically gives you basic instruction where you stick your hand in, stick your foot in. It, the metal suit sits itself to you, shapes itself, is what we're looking for. And there's a handle on the inside that the more you squeeze it, the faster you go. And he basically says, like, if you know anything about aerodynamics, use that to your advantage. If you've been skydiving, it's kind of like that. The direction comes from the shape of your body, not the intent that you have. Kind of like swimming.
Alright.
He places the left arm and hand into his and secures Mercury basically to the inside of his coat and zips it up so she's held in there almost like a koala.
Mercury looks incredibly pleased with the current events.
Yep. And you place your hand inside, you feel it shape, clasp your wrist into place, and you feel the handles.
Saren looks at them and says, "Which way to the lift?" Actually,
these are the lift.
No,
And he points up.
I thought that we had to go to a place that went up. Okay.
Oh no.
Alright.
These things are special.
Straight up? Or...
Straight up.
Alright.
Just
And she squeezes them both.
Yep. Roll me a land vehicles check, so call it dexterity plus proficiency.
Dexterity plus proficiency plus a d4.
Plus a d4.
That'll be acrobatics plus 21.
Okay. You actually take it to it like a fish to water. It's exhilarating in a way that you can imagine Mackin. Sorry, not Mackin, Mac used to be.
Mhm.
God, these names got y'all.
Oh, Polaroid, Conrad.
I even have them written down.
You
Um,
thought a chart could save you?
You do, yeah. That's
You
the
thought a
worst
chart
part.
could save you? You were wrong.
Um, and as you see the ceiling approaching and approaching and approaching, you almost instinctively slow down just a little bit, but not enough to stop. As there's no brakes, it's kind of like an ice rink where you kind of just have to put up enough resistance until you stop. And you just pass through the ceiling and up to the floor above you, and you see Pluto following just pretty much directly behind you, just in case he needs to grab you. But you make it through. You continue that slow momentum as you reach the base floor. And stop a couple feet higher than you were intending to, but you can hop off without too much difficulty. You see Pluto just takes a
Quick question.
step off that he is too high to make in one step normally.
Yep, quick question. How much freedom of movement is on these?
360 degrees on a flat plane.
Alright, when she gets to that top portion, she's gonna actually put out her arms and just do a spin.
Yep, you do so, and it doesn't twirl you how you were initially expecting. Where once you straighten out your back and have that natural curve that you might have, your feet flip higher than your head goes, and you just spin slowly as you rise further. You see Pluto smiling beneath you at one point, and he says, "Take lessons from her, not me." You hear Mercury.
She's a lot better at it than you ever could be.
I take offense to that, but you're not wrong.
Saren's outright laughing at this point. It's probably the first time that Mercury, you've heard her actually laugh this much. It's only been
And
a
you
couple
see
days,
a-
but yes.
Yeah, and you see a free and joyous smile on her face. And a similar vibe to her as when you first went fast on Mac.
I think I know how to make her laugh.
Seems so. Well, go. He steps off, and do you want to continue to kangaroo it or no?
I mean, you can always unzip me. I do gotta ride Mac home.
Alright, and he unzips the jacket, just lifts you like around the ribs and onto the ground. As they you just wait for Saren to finish up what she's doing. She zips around on the walls. Saren, if you pay enough attention, you notice a couple annoyed librarians looking at you just like zoom across the walls of the main building.
Mercury will kind of go over to Ease like it's her first time. Just let her enjoy. She won't cause much trouble. She's fine.
Roll just a
She'll,
charisma persuasion check with advantage.
you can do it. Nice.
Yep, they kind of sigh and just be like, if she gets injured or breaks one of those things, I'm having you pay for it, and I know you can't afford it. Great. And Pluto kind of like comes to your aid and he says, it's alright. Just, I'll keep a watch on her.
There's no need to be mean, Miss Applegate. I'm just trying to be a good friend.
Yes, we don't want to have. I'm just hoping that's not one of the ones that have issues with class people improperly.
Repeat that?
We're just hoping that's not the one that has an issue with clasping people improperly.
Ha! Oh, I don't think so.
As you, as you shoot an eye over to it, just to make sure, just in case. Seems, Saren, that the momentum now that you're mostly fighting gravity and spinning is starting to work against you, and you can feel it slowing on its own.
Yep. She'll eventually just kind of curve around to a stop and slide a little bit across the floor on her feet.
There's a moment or two as you fully release, where it's kind of that after spinning in a chair too long kind of thing for a step or two, but you reorient pretty quickly.
You have fun?
These are great. Honestly, I'm a little bit amazed that these don't exist. That these exist in a library.
Well, I mean, with how big the archives are, it's useful to get around.
Yeah, but still, how do you keep people from just flying around for fun?
Mercury kind of points towards the librarians.
She holds up what's basically a big red button on a controller and goes, emergency release.
No fun.
We
Alright,
usually rely on etiquette, though.
Here, I'd better let you guys take these back in that case. Just hold some
They'll
out.
return to their spot as needed.
Yeah.
She kind of just, you see Miss Appleby kind of sigh and just stay safe, please. And I hope you found your visits enjoyable. Pluto, just without even paying attention, just checks them out on her computer while she's talking.
Yeah,
So-
sounds good.
Well, let's go.
Alright, come on, Saren.
Yep.
You guys almost have to jog a little bit to keep up with Pluto as he moves. Actually, Saren, you don't. But he bounds along without even trying.
Oh, Mercury will
and-
just jump on his back, in all honesty.
I think
Yep, and
Saren's
you
one
see
of
him with
those-
almost without.
I
Go
think-
ahead.
I think Saren's one of those people whose default walk is basically a speed walk for anybody else.
And you keep up with him as his casual pace. He only seems to have a casual pace, really. He, without even looking, just catches Mercury around the thigh and just holds her up while he walks. Once he passes by the bike, just drops her in the driver's seat and says, "I'll see you guys at home." Gonna grab
Aye.
some-
Hey, quick question.
Yeah?
Were you actually running during that, or is that just how fast you go normally?
Oh, that's just how I walk.
Did you know he used to be the shortest?
Yeah.
Fortunate downside is once you get too tall like this, you move too much, you get fatigued quickly.
Oh.
Blood
Okay.
pressure issues.
Yeah, I guess. I was gonna ask if you ever tried something called free running, but
Oh, I absolutely have, and it's wonderful to be able to do a short hop and reach the top of the roof.
yeah, that would be almost an unfair advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, the fact that I can't do a pull-up doesn't help very much.
That would do it.
Well, there's nothing high enough for you to train on.
I mean, really, Well, I'll see you guys back home, and Sarah, and if she's starting to wobble in the seat, please get her to pull over.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out.
I'm not gonna wobble.
I'll keep an
You
eye
may
out.
not wobble, but if you go unconscious on Mac's gonna try to keep going, and that's not a good idea.
That's fair. Well, Saren's got a good rapport with Mac. Mac will listen. I hope.
Finally,
Yeah.
someone does.
I'd rather not test it. Alright, let's get going and, not too fast, just in case.
Alright, sounds fair. We'll see you back at home then, eh?
Yep, he just nods and basically gets on a bike. It looks like those old bikes with one large wheel and one small back wheel, but only because he's so far off the ground. And he just starts pedaling, and it just zooms.
Mercury takes off on Mac, and off we go back to the apartment.
You arrive back, and for the sake of brevity, you have a wonderful meal. The plants are still waiting for you by the door. Not by the door, by the inside of the door. As it's been brought in by you when you were here last. And it's a small meal. Venus comes home, Pluto enjoys the meal, seems everyone else has gone out for the day. It's restoring. Saren, how long are you going to choose to stay?
Long enough to eat and probably help with the cleanup. And, then she'll say that she's gonna head back. And yes, I know about the dangerous streets. Really, I do.
Let me give you a ride back. I
Uh,
gotta go do some shopping anyways before I go to bed.
how
and,
wobbly are you feeling exactly?
Not at all, actually. Really, I feel fine.
Yeah, but that came on really suddenly in the archives.
I don't think it's gonna happen again. Truly, I don't. Just, here. Help me carry the plants downstairs. We can get him into my bike. That way it's easier for me to take him in the morning. And if I can make it down the stairs with plants in my arms on my own, I think that's a safe bet.
Not really how that works.
Try me?
Alright, fine. Guess you let me wander off on my own last night, and
Yeah. I warned you.
no, turned out fine. Honestly,
You get you get a long suffering look from Pluto and Venus as you say that.
what?
You got mugged, didn't you?
No.
Yes,
you did.
Somebody attempted.
Someone tried to mug you.
Yes. It went very poorly for him.
Then you got lucky.
Hmm.
There's some magical muggers who will paralyze a person and then just take their wallet and walk away.
Paralyze
Yeah,
as in can't move physically, or paralyze as in like black.
Spellcasting. Temporary.
And most people who come across a paralyzed person aren't too kind, especially at night. Just please let me drive you home.
Alright, fine.
I'll be careful.
I still think I have my tricks, but fine.
I will go legally. It's fine. Now, come on. Help me get the plants in the car.
Okay.
Truck. Bag.
Sidecar? No,
Sidecar,
Mac doesn't really.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I can't really go with you to turn these in since we weren't supposed to know each other, and I was just a customer. But do you want me nearby in case anything goes wrong?
Yeah, sure. I'll be fine. If you want, get a ride from Roddy, maybe, just so it's a little less inconspicuous.
I don't think it's too far. If I go early, what time are you planning on heading out?
I'll let you know. It depends if I sleep a little later.
Okay. If you give me time, I can at least get into a position nearby. Whether it's window shopping on the street or maybe even up on a little bit of a roof nearby. There were some places that looked like they had handholds.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, that's good. I think Ray found some good locations on the rooftops too.
I'm not sure I'd want to be on the rooftops of those buildings exactly if those were the ones she scouted, but adjacent ones, definitely.
Okay, sounds good. And Mercurial kind of looked toward Venus and Pluto and just, I shouldn't be back too late. I'm just gonna stop by and grab a couple things before I come home.
Alright. Real fast.
Saren immediately feigns a couple things like your Tupperware.
We don't need to say that out loud.
That was why it was over feign.
I know, Mercury feigns that back.
Yep. Pluto kind of like leans back in his chair and says, Saren, before you go, just in case something does happen, can I get your phone number?
Yeah.
Just if she passes out or something, you can call
yeah.
us.
Yeah. Here,
So,
and,
the other person who can get Mac back here is me, so.
She'll write it down and just leave it on a little post-it note.
You see him kind of take it and hang it on the fridge with your name underneath it.
Right, the entire household now has that.
Who knows who'll be home?
Honestly, nobody in the household will fucking use it.
Good.
I
Alright.
can assure you.
But you are given his number as well.
Alright, well, we won't be long. I won't be too long. I'll just grab some stuff.
Yep, just keep aware of yourself.
I will, don't worry. And Mercury will give them quick hugs and then grab the plants.
Saren's gonna linger just a moment grabbing the 2 plants that she's carrying, look back, and say, I'll text you when she leaves me, drops me off. Text me if she takes probably more than an hour.
Alright. Stay safe, you two.
Yep.
And
then she-
Saren, nice to meet you.
yeah, you too. Takes the plants and follows Mercury.
So,
Mercury.
you load up into the vehicle without any difficulty, and drive with, well, we'll do 100. Just see how your driving goes.
I don't like the sound of that.
But last time it went so well for you.
Dice.
She's driving legally. I said she was driving legally.
Ooh.
Yeah, as you're driving, it is a clear road, not a car in sight. The one time someone's in front of you, they immediately slow down and let you pass by them. They let you go with a wave. Just a very pleasant, cool night drive.
Nice. Just what I needed.
Very clearing to the head.
Alright, I guess I'll let you know what time to meet up tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. Good luck. And just so you know, if you take too long, I'm getting word. So, don't make me come out looking.
I shouldn't take too long, don't worry.
Good. Well,
Alright,
till
good
tomorrow,
night.
good
Trying to leave as quickly as possible.
Yep. And Saren will send the promised text to Pluto just to say she's going on. Oh, right, before Mercury leaves, Saren
Yeah.
found
There we go.
the Tupperware.
I was waiting to see if you remembered or not.
Yep, okay. Right as Mercury turns to walk away, Saren's hand goes out and grabs the back of the long coat. Hold on a second.
Why? What?
Tupperware.
Sick. I thought you forgot about that. Fine.
Nope.
And Mercury goes into your room and pulls out they are small Tupperwares. They were not easily noticeable. One is behind your curtain. The other is in the lampshade. It is fireproof. Heat resistant. Like the ones you put in. Yeah, thank you. The other is, as promised, duct taped underneath the mattress. And there's a fourth one, sorry, behind the wardrobe. It is very dusty. Mercury just kind of throws them into the saddlebag alongside the plants and just... That work? I got them all. I only brought 4.
Okay. Well, with that cleared, good night. Just goes back in and shuts the door.
Good night. And Mercury will drive off.
I have a stupid Discord message stuck over my box on Roll20, so I can't type anything.
Oh no! No.
That's not good.
Wow,
Reese,
that's oh, it just
resize
randomly went away. Okay,
your-
cool.
Okay.
It was stuck there for like 10 minutes. Anyways, so, as you drive off into the night, again, the night air feels terrific. Roddy, I assume you just pull a shift at the bar? John?
John.
Roddy.
Yeah, he
John.
does. He does.
There we
He
go.
does. Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
That's okay. Alright, so give me a D20 roll.
Okay.
Luck, 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 luck.
19.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
You make a solid 30 gold pieces worth of tips. It's a great night.
Nice.
It seems
I
like
made
there was a
that
kind of there was an exhibition match going on, for your team that was kind of last minute announced. There was an issue just with basically the tweeter post. And
Saren.
people rush to your bar at one point and just like rush order drinks, and the ones that know you well, basically leave you a good tip, being like, "Sorry for the rush. We just really want to make sure we caught the game."
No problem.
And roll a d20 for if they win or not.
Roll a d20 for if they win or not.
Yeah,
Oh.
11.
11. All right, so your team won.
Yay!
Maras win.
Is that
So?
one of those where it's a
It's a
real
good
close
night.
game that went back and forth until
Yeah.
the very last
Oh
second?
yeah. Oh yeah. It went double overtime.
There was a last-minute trip where the guy got tripped, but still managed to bat the ball as he's falling to the ground, and just perfect shot.
What a play!
There was beers thrown in the air, people whooping. You actually get the police called on you for a noise complaint. But it's very standard. Most of the time, you just go like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up. The game already is done. Just get over it." And they don't
Roddy's
listen.
the
Whatever.
eye candy of the bar.
Yes.
Oh my
Elena,
god.
Elena, as is tradition, once your team wins, serves one free round to everyone, including the staff. And it's a good night. It's a very good night.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot to tell you about this, but you know me and Elena, Roddy and Elena have the tradition. You know how Stone Cold like bats like 2 beer cans together. Yeah,
I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's done, and it's
Yeah.
glorious. Very much an Armstrong moment. As we love to reference on our Monday game.
Of course.
But you head upstairs for the night. The drink she made you was strong, and you've got a lovely little buzz going.
Great buzz.
Sabriel and Ray.
Yes,
Where does your day go?
Ray would probably just want to head back to her place and do research on the investor. Sabriel is free to join.
I could come along if you'd like.
If you want to, sure, you've been around. They won't question you coming around more.
Alright then. Like it would.
Okay, cool.
Are
Yeah,
you
no
alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Holding something back, maybe?
No, everything's fine.
If you say so.
Yep.
That will just give you a happy but mischievous glance.
One sec, I'm turning Discord notification sounds off.
Good idea.
Ray, go ahead and when you've got a second, give me the hacking tools check with advantage. Do your previous
Okay.
research.
Sabriel would like to give guidance, because he's there to help.
Oh, okay. 19 plus 120 total.
Okay, so you find a good lead. Kind of diving a bit deeper and through some forums that you aren't really mobile friendly. Now that you've got a good computer set up for yourself. They're kind of an all around mercenary crew. Loosely associated with the Watchers of the World, but you're looking a bit deeper. They're not approved by them. They just were all trained at one point by them and left on their own stance. And everyone working for them is kind of similar. Most of them have hunting tendencies, hunt big game, gathering components. It makes sense for an alchemical shop to work with them. They're not the most above board, but they're nothing like outwardly illegal.
Okay. Ray's just gonna like tell it to Sabriel, save that a little bit, make like a more mobile friendly document, bring it to her phone, and then probably keep like I think Ray's gonna do specific research back on those disappearances again. She hasn't done them for a while.
Once Sabriel kind of takes his time and actually, do you wait for him to make his own space and give you yours?
What can I roll to be like how inside her own head is, right?
I mean, the Feign generally help with that, so it'll be a lower DC.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and give me just a charisma check.
Okay.
Or a charisma saving throw, actually.
Same thing.
Same thing? Okay. You're kind of frazzled.
Mm-hmm.
Just the arguments and the oddity of the conversations you've had have left you with a bit less strongly opinionated on your current direction
Mm-hmm.
for your long-term goals. So I'll leave it up to you what that means for you, but you're a bit unsure of not your next step, but your next third step.
Yeah. I feel like at that point she'd be a little bit. She'll think she's alone in the room and just immediately go and do it.
Sabriel, do you kind of noticing Ray has, except your passive insight's like 13, right?
Yes.
Kind of noticing Ray's in her own world right now. You notice her starting to open up some less standard browsers and ways of researching. Are you going to turn your attention away from the screens, or are you going to kind of just watch? She hasn't said anything to tell you to go away, but you're aware that she might not be fully attentive to the world around her right now.
I guess as soon as they're coming up, Sabriel will just like cough.
Ray gives the biggest jump.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if you know I was here or not.
I forget sometimes.
Would you like me to not be?
I have no opinion. You can look. I technically brought it up to you, so I'm just doing my own self-research.
Would you like some help with that as well?
Sure.
Guidance.
Oh, and 4. Okay.
Ooh. This hacking tools advantage, disadvantage, what we vibing with Conrad.
No advantage because while it's something you do often, you're constantly looking for new information, so you have no baseline. You're kind of starting from scratch every time.
So it's difficult. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, 11 total.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you kind of go over stuff you've gone over before, kind of just looking for updates or any new information of the same frequent ones. It's the thing you tend to do when it's a long day. Just want to make sure you're not missing anything as opposed to find something new.
Uh-huh. Ray's going, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What does Sabriel see when you do this?
Sabriel sort of just sees Ray, and her hands start shaking a lot, but she's typing, so it can't really know. She starts looking up a lot of news sources about the Lialo family disappearances.
Do you want to spell that for him real quick?
Yeah, I'll type it in chat.
Sabriel heard of this before?
Give me a history check. You would have advantage or not.
Say that again, sorry?
I'm just thinking if you'd have advantage or not.
Could be lower DC.
I'm just trying to think of like different connections. Go ahead. So yeah, go ahead and make a history check. If it's disadvantage, I'll just subtract. If it's advantage, I mean, I'll just subtract 5 from the DC.
If it's it.
If you would have had advantage and I figure out after, I'll just subtract 5 from the DC.
Okay. He'll could he guidance himself as well? Just like
Yeah,
trying
this
to be like
is happening over time. Yeah.
Alright. So history.
Okay, 15. The Liela family is a vaguely known politician's family. One of them went disappeared a couple of years ago. And another one disappeared a couple of years after that. And effectively, it was a small family of politicians who just went off the grid, each separately. So there's always been kind of rumors about them, but a lot of people just think they ran off, did their own thing after a rather heated political discussion, or in the worst case, maybe just bribed out of the public space.
Might be like an episode of a Strange Disappearances show dedicated to him or something.
Yeah, it's they're known to the scale like a city like Hamilton's mayor would be known.
Okay.
Anyone not living in Hamilton probably wouldn't know them, but if you're there, you probably know the name.
Alright.
But otherwise, just kind of looking at the information that Ray looks up, it's mostly just any kind of lead. It's mostly considered a cold case at this point, as divination magic just hasn't been useful. At one point, you see her go through a separate thread just talking about reasons divination magic might not work, and limitations of them, and different spells, and almost the equivalent of a D&D game asking, like, what's a weird reason someone couldn't be found by divination, and stuff like that.
Okay.
but no outward posting. You might see Ray comment, counteracting one possible point, but she's just looking, seems like. And yes, he is an after 8.
Ooh.
So, as you each begin to get tired,
One small thing. Just that now that Ray is more aware of things, she would actually just see at a point in the evening Sabriel just casting some healing magic on himself.
Mary would ask if you needed any help.
It's more of a precaution. My immune system isn't the best, so I just clear things out. As he is casting lesser restoration on himself.
Alright.
It's part of the reason I'm hesitant on healing injuries of myself immediately. They take a while, but they do heal over time. That's why I asked for the disinfectant back at Mercury's.
Ray, give me either a history or a nature check.
I don't have proficiency in any of those.
Okay. 18. You know that Asmaras in particular are supposed to be like almost not immune to disease, but anything common, they just don't get it usually. So this is really unusual.
Or is something like Cockerhead and just goes with the elven side of you that's sort of getting more sick? Because I find myself not getting usual common cold.
That's a complicated question. And you see him go into his pack and dig through, and then produce a bottle and flip it open and pour out some pills that he takes.
Ah.
I'm... how to put this? I am well aware of my lot in life, and I'm grateful for my very existence. But from a magically medical standpoint, I should not exist.
But you do, and that's kind of cool. And kind of good for the rest of the world.
But it seems the world is keen on making it difficult. The technologies that led to my being are new. Amazing. Genius. Progressing very many things and stand to help and save a lot of lives, but not perfect.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Connor, can you just answer that quick question before I say the next thing?
So, do you want to answer it out loud or no?
Just say yes or no. Like, I just... Of at least
yeah.
him. Of at least him.
Yeah, yes, in the right circumstance.
Okay.
It's unusual, but it's possible. And do you mean full or half?
Half, sorry.
Okay, so that's a bit more frequent.
Cool. Okay, Maria's just gonna nod and just go, I heard a little bit about it growing up, but...
About what, exactly?
The sciences and stuff, but not much of the medical standpoint, more of the people of opinion standpoint, and none of this feels really entirely right.
Oh, there's a wide swath of talk around things like that.
I'm glad you're okay. Just the most monotone face saying, I'm glad you're okay.
I appreciate the concern.
It's not concern, it's more for, yeah, it's kind of concern, actually. I want to tell you something. Maria's just gonna, slowly, start rolling up her, tank top, just so a little bit, and you see, a little flash of metal near her. So I throw up a lot. It's kind of new.
Nods. I thought there was a cold spot when you hugged me.
Yeah, one of the reasons I don't really enjoy the physical contact, but didn't enjoy it before I had it.
So what exactly is he looking at?
It is, what you see is usually it's just like a sheet of metal plating. Ray's going to explain a little bit that it's also including a couple of the bottom ribs, but the external is mostly for keeping it safe and just sort of keeping it secure. She's like very vague in how she's explaining it, and
Gabriel, roll me a medicine check.
yeah,
Would you
With
have
advantage. Yeah, the advantage for you because this is a comfortable field for you.
He'll guidance himself as well. Let's go there. 12.
Okay. Oh, 12's enough. You've heard of things like this, especially around the chest and rib area. Because most of those bones have to flex to be useful, it's pretty typical that if you're going to replace bones or organs inside the torso, and the ribs aren't still there, there's usually a metal plate on the outside to keep it from having to bend too much. So it's a standard practice for things like this, but
And the cause of something like that would be replacement of
100 reasons. Anything that has to do, basically anything that results with there being either unnatural or a lack of ribs in the area.
Okay. But it basically just like something needs replaced.
Something needs replaced, or just whatever. If
Or help or monitoring.
yeah, whatever. Just
Something needs to go there.
Yeah, if the ribs can't do it and they can't afford magical regeneration, metal, it works.
Nods. Oh, I've seen others like that before.
yeah, it's not infrequent. It was kind of easy to get.
Nods. What was the cause, if you don't mind me asking, or you saying?
It's nothing. Don't worry.
Well, I think nothing is a exaggeration, but I won't prod you more.
I appreciate it, but yeah, if you see me get sick in probably the next few months, it's probably that. Just my stomach hasn't really gotten used to it.
Sick how? He says
Like
with
how
like
I-
a little concern on his face.
Motion sickness and Roddy's car, just throwing up a lot. I throw up easily because of it.
Oh.
Standard. The muscles and around the ribs get weak, therefore the organs shuffle around more than they should.
Yeah. But if you stay over tonight and you hear me throw up in the morning, that's probably why.
Nods. Well, thank you
No problem.
for trusting me enough.
You seem cool.
I try
I
to be.
I see a few other people, like, not to stay gross in advance, but inside you, you know.
You hear like almost an echoed laugh in your head at that, Zabriel.
You remind me of a lot of people.
People you know?
Yeah.
Well, I hope they've left good influences.
It's like, just like, there's slight hesitation and Ray just, yeah. Staying over tonight, or do you have to go somewhere?
I could go find someone. I think I'll trouble the other residents here for just one more night.
You can trouble us all you want. It doesn't really matter. They like having the extra person in the house. I'm guessing.
And I still need to practice that cooking.
You do.
Well, I'll get to use this then. And he like walks out of the room, walks back in, and there is a he has an apron on top.
No.
What does it say?
What does it say?
the apron say?
God damn it.
Oh,
Say it, bitch.
Say it.
what could it say? What could it say? I'm gonna say it's whatever everyone would like to think it says. It probably
I don't
does.
like that thought.
Because nothing can be as worse as what you think it is.
It is an apron that says specifically exactly what you think.
Yep.
The words, exactly what you think.
Exactly what you think the cook.
Oh, yep.
Oh no.
It's like a
just
cartoon
a
living
line.
identity. It's a Cards Against Humanity blank card that just says blank the cook, and you
Let me,
insert whatever
yeah.
you like.
Let me get that thought out of my head for a sec.
It's blank the cook, and around the back where it ties up, it says take your pick.
Oh, gross.
I have a different one. He walks out, he walks back in, and it's just blank the cook on the counter.
That's pretty good too.
Ray like looks so defeated.
Fine. And he comes back in pajamas.
There we go.
As this happens, Rudda, you're just beginning to settle down into bed. The kitten resting just on your chest. Saren, you get a text that says it's been an hour. That's where we'll take a quick 5-minute break.
Ah!
We will come back at quarter to the hour. I'll be right back.
Uh-huh.
Demonic cackling.
But character
Ba-da.
development. See, I'm excited for something to drop. Just a little bit.
Yep.
It's not what any of you are thinking. It's something I messaged Conrad and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious when it happens.
I am willing to take anything you guys drop at this point. It's just like, okay, give me the secrets. What's going on?
See, I wanted to keep it close to my chest, but now I'm getting way too excited playing these characters.
Dude, honestly, same.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Sky, you're completely right.
Oh, I know because you made a comment to me
Yep.
once in a car. You made a comment once, and I'm like,
Months
huh.
ago.
I don't think anybody else has heard that. I wonder. Hey.
I had the last puzzle piece on the one half of the puzzle that is Ray's existence. Yeah, I got that message. I'm sorry I told you to shut up.
No, you're fine. Honestly, by telling me to shut up, I knew I was on the right track.
I didn't know what else I could say to be like, no, wrong.
Oh god, what did I walk into?
Yikes.
I hit something on the nose because she has an extra little tidbit.
I do. And I did. It was great.
You have a chicken nugget of information.
So here's the thing, though. Tomorrow
Fuck it.
in the campaign is Sunday, right? And Mercury has an appointment in the morning. And if she doesn't make it to that appointment, there might be issues.
Therapist called and she's like, it's been your therapist for the past 5 years. Where the fuck are you?
I'm really gonna watch him real quick.
By the way, Sky, if you could give me a quick write of Dr. Mordeo, I'm very excited.
Yes,
I would love to play this character.
Yes. I could honestly give it to you right now. If you would
Just
like.
type it up inside that same document, just in case I need it, because it'll be very fun to play, I feel like.
Yeah, in all honesty, Mercury's probably going to call and be like, hey, can we please postpone until next week? Please? And Mordeo is rather understanding, so she'd be like, yeah, alright, that makes sense.
Well, in the meantime... Actually, we'll wait for Devin to get back first to see
Yeah.
the washroom.
Did that message, Conrad?
I'm checking right now. Ray, you might not have time yet.
That's great. But just whenever it happens.
Yep. Okay.
Whenever the long rest.
So hope you guys aren't panicking too much.
Not yet.
I will say you've thrown worse at us in a mid-session break,
Yeah, true.
but this
I
is
cut out
the
for that.
Saren got the message of it's been an hour. And Mercury's not home.
Oh no.
Yep, we don't know yet if it is precisely an oh no.
Did I do okay, Conrad?
You did wonderfully.
Thank you. I appreciate
that makes it worse. That makes it worse. That makes it worse. You sound like Ariel.
Oh, you do. Yep. Did I plant something in this group?
No.
Okay.
This was when I pulled her into the chat. I asked her to do something.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't, like, inspire things through the doppelganger.
Not at all.
I heard a couple things on Saturday because of the doppelganger.
I mean, you did inspire things, but this is not one of them.
Okay.
Bruh, if we had a doppelganger this early on, Jesus Christ.
What? Fucking what?
No.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no!
what?
Ar-
Oh, no.
Ariel was asking if she's planted something in this group by the whole doppelganger thing, because I told Sky she did wonderfully.
Mm.
Evil laugh.
Yeah.
The answer is this is not an Ariel inspired thing. Don't worry. This is just the DM needed to ask something to make sure the player did things in a way that told the story well.
Okay.
So, as we cut back, Mercury, you leave house, plants, and Tupperware in tow. What do you do?
Mercury follows the pull.
You start to just go driving, very much just enjoying the fresh air, as while the air is stopped, like the friction of air is generally stopped by Mac. There's still enough of a cool breeze and a clarifying comfort in this bike just knowing your intentions and needs, and just driving. And you do so, and you just keep driving, and just enjoying the wonderful night. You're starting to feel your thoughts come clearer and clearer, and you find yourself in front of the Chartreuse Charlatan. You hear almost like an echo in your mind saying that the Wood Elf did ask you to get checked up, just to make sure nothing goes wrong, and you're already kind of here.
While she's mumbling to herself as she's talking, gets off the bike and grabs the plants as best as she can, kind of juggling them around, and walks back towards the alchemist.
Head to the back door and find it in front of you. Looking through the windows, the curtains are drawn, but the lights do seem to be on.
Mhm. She kind of sets the plants down, just on the door.
Or like before you feel that stickiness to the pollen to your hands.
Yeah,
let me
just
see. Set it down.
down.
Good.
Knock.
He says, "One moment, please. Just a moment." And you see the magician kind of pokes head out and goes, "Ah, I see you gathered the plants rather quickly. Come in. Come. You seem, troubled, young one.
I
Want me to take a look? Is the injury bothering you?
no, it's fine.
Do you mind if I take a look anyways? Just to be sure?
It's under bandage.
Well, that's okay. I'll just, I'll rebandage it afterwards if I need to."
Mercury looks visibly uncomfortable.
He's gonna roll a persuasion check. I have advantage on this.
Fuck.
I will never tell you what you must do, but interpret that as you wish.
Mercury soft jacket.
Sorry, you cut out there a second.
Mercury will take off the leather jacket, kind of just drop it by the door, and show her shoulder.
I'm gonna need to fully unbandage it. I'll leave the plants. I'll take care of it in the morning.
Okay.
Pulls you into the shop. It's dim. It's not completely dark, but he's seemingly working in rather low light conditions, not too unusual. You know, half elves have dark vision. Sits you down on a chair near the back here, next to him. Sit down and he goes, "Okay, I'm just gonna put these on you so you don't flinch too much." Yes, that's why advantage. That's part of the condition.
Yeah, I figured.
He sits down on the chair, starts poking at the bandages, and you look down, and you see he's got 2 metal cuffs on your wrists. And you are currently strapped to the chair. He says, "Don't worry about that too much. I'm just making sure you don't move too much when I touch it in case it's more inflamed and painful than you.
I won't move. You don't really gotta.
Well, my hand's already messy. I'll undo them after. He starts undoing the bandages. Kind of looks at the scab and just goes, you've been scratching, I see. Did you-
Yeah,
Were you feeling alright today?
I was fine.
He kind of... You didn't, Devin, don't worry, it's not going to get too much in that direction. It's just creepy dude.
Mm-hmm.
He... kind of just looking at it, just like... Seems like you... Did you gather all the plants yourself?
No. I had a friend who's a bit better finding things. Me?
I'm going to give you a smile. Despite how you're feeling, that's not a normal smile. He's looking for something here. He says, so you said you want to be an alchemy apprentice, right?
I'd like to learn, yeah.
Well, your first lesson is the mixture of those 4 plants, their pollen, makes a very sticky substance, almost like a sap, that tends to get stuck in places. And when it comes into contact with healing potions, build up a fuddlement effect. Works especially well through the bloodstream. And you feel a metal helmet with no openings slide over your head.
You drugged me!
Lock in place. And you feel the drug immediately wear off.
Let me out!
He says, whatever you're saying in there, as I'm sure you're screaming, I can't quite hear you. There's a silent spell cast there. Don't worry, it's not going to do too much to you. But, folks like you have very interesting blood that has a lot of wonderful alchemical properties.
Saren. Mercury's going to try to feign Saren.
Alright. You...
Just a very quiet, please. Basically begging for this shit to work.
Saren, you... just lying in bed, hear a chilling plea coming from your fame, saying, that was from Mercury.
Where is she?
Hold on, we can ask. You feel the Fane leave you for a moment. And Mercury says, it's like, Saren's requesting where you might be right now. Are you okay?
Let me talk to Saren, please!
We have to do it like this. Just where are you?
I'm in the magic shop. He's got me tied down, please!
Oh, well that's not good. We'll be right back with a response.
And in the meantime, then, Mercury's going to try to feign Roddy, because that's taking far too long for her liking.
You know, at this point, that feign from a distance, they have to technically physically travel between you and the person and are just relaying the message. So it takes about a round or 2 at this distance per message.
Fine. That's
She's
fine.
still going to try to reach out to
But
Roddy.
Roddy, as you're kind of just feeling the buzz wear off finally, as the cat purrs
Yeah,
against your
I'm
chest.
just kind of like wiping down glasses.
Yep, you get a message from Mercury saying that she is at the Charlatan's shop and captured.
Roddy, help me! Please, I don't know
Elena,
what's happening!
it's
Of
just
note,
Elena hold down the bar and he runs towards his car.
Saren is
Without
already
even
full
waiting,
sprinting.
she tosses you your bat.
Yep. Saren.
Saren?
You keep my brass knucks in the jacket, right?
Always.
Good. Beat this man to death.
Party favors.
And he jumps in his car, Dukes of Hazzard style.
Alright. Saren.
Full sprinting, double time, 80 feet per round, and frankly, she's going over rooftops at this point. She is
Oh, yeah.
doing a direct line, she's not taking the streets.
Give me either athletics or acrobatics. With advantage.
18.
You know even at a blistering pace, it's going to take you 15-20 minutes to get there. It's not nearby in the city.
Damn Damn it. She's going to send the Fane to Roddy. Commingle now.
And he does so.
You unfortunately have to be within eyesight to commingle.
Oh,
God
fuck.
damn
Oh,
it.
no.
Alright, well,
If you
okay,
find a red
she's
car
going to-
speeding through the city, you'll know it's him.
She's gonna... What?
Did we not swap phone numbers?
Not with
Sarah and her
Sarah.
phone number at the very first, like, right when we got.
No,
Ray gave-
Saren refused.
Saren refused.
Ray,
Ray's
but
so
Saren
big.
has Ray's number. Ray doesn't have Saren's, but Saren has Ray's.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Can Roddy
Alright.
also text Sabriel
I have a
and
second?
whatnot? Sorry.
Let Saren go first.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Alright, if she actually has Rays, then knowing this, she's going to pause just long enough to not text, but call. She doesn't have time for
Alright.
text. Does Ray pick
Um,
up?
Yeah, Ray, you hear a tone as you're kind of joking around with Sabriel.
Ray just sort of like goes to pick it up and just like sees the unknown number and just goes, "Who is it? What do you want?"
It's Saren. Mercury's in trouble. I need you to get hold of Roddy for me. He's got the car. I'm at this
Got it.
location. I need to get to the Charlatan.
Sabriel and I run away. Just sort of just hangs up, grabs Sabriel and just go, "We're leaving. Get your shit."
Okay, what's going on?
Something's up with Mercury. It's at the shop. I have an
Um,
audio recording device in there, but something's up.
Give me full update and just taps his eye of his head.
Yep. And then at the same time, Ray is just feigning Roddy and just goes, "Where are you right now? Did you get anything?" "Okay, we're good." And Ray is going to try and get out the door as quickly as possible. I think her house is close to it. I forget.
And Sabriel will just
It's the closest of everyone's houses, but still at least a 10-minute drive.
We don't have a
Sabriel
car.
will feign to Mercury, just run away, hold tight, please.
You get no response.
I'm assuming that Roddy was told yes, Ariel. So, Roddy, give me first of all, either intelligence or wisdom check of your choice, with advantage, to see how efficient your navigating is, and then a secondary, dexterity-based, land vehicles check, again with advantage, to see how quickly you can drive.
With
getting into-
all with advantage?
Yes, both are with advantage, so either intelligence or wisdom for navigation, and a dexterity with proficiency for the sake of how fast you can go without crashing in the car.
Oh, fuck. That's to self. Perception? 13.
Perception will work for this, yeah.
Yeah. And land vehicle? 20.
Terrific. Okay, your navigation isn't terrific when you start heading towards. Instinctively, you start going towards the shop, and you know that Ray's on the. And then it clicks to where Saren actually is, and you have to make a quick, like, a 1-minute detour to pick her up. Saren, you see the car just, like, skid to a stop at the base of the building you're running on.
Alright, she just jumps down, like, bounces off an awning onto the sidewalk, runs to the door, and just throws herself
He
in.
actually opens up the sunroof.
Yep.
Okay, then she'll vault in through that.
Yep. Not even before you're even fully in there. As soon as your knees have gotten inside, you hear the car start. It hooks you just like at the base of the back, and you slide into the front seat.
Glad you could join me.
Yep.
Thanks for
And
the
you
ride.
feel the car go as he just pedals straight down, and the car almost roars beneath you
By the way,
as you can hear it going through the streets.
in
Yeah.
case this ever happens again, and then she does the commingle request.
And he allows it.
Yep. You swap vision for a second, which Roddy, as driving, is very uncomfortable for a second.
Oh, John! Oh, Jordan!
Just
John
out of
did it!
curiosity, give me a land vehicles check just to see how well you handle that.
Oh,
He's
God.
British for a second. He's
Oh,
on the
God.
British side for a second.
The life of a stop
Can I-
sign rests on
Can
this.
I help? Can I help? Okay.
There's
I
no
was
way to
gonna-
help with this.
I was gonna just say, if she does anything, it'd be just grab the wheel and help with intuitive motion.
Yeah, you instinctively reach forward to grab the wheel yourself and just feel your hands pushed through like where it would be normally, as you watch your body to your right do it for you. But Roddy, you switched back into vision. It was a brief second. You knew not to swerve. You're practiced enough in things like throwing you off your balance. A minute later, as you step outside, Ray and Sabriel, fully equipped with your backpacks on, you see the car like just slows to a roll. It doesn't even completely stop in front of you.
Yep, Ray's used to it.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Ray's dragging Sabriel.
Uh,
Just go,
yep.
okay, you duck and you roll.
I don't like this.
You both just jump in. It's slowed to like not a crazy speed, but you basically just grab the door, slam it shut, and run it again. Just G-force straight down. Sabriel, due to your strange constitution, just give me a constitution saving throw. Okay, with your guidance.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't work for saving throw, but that's fine. Just for the G-force that immediately hits you and how that affects you.
So check or saving throw?
Saving throw.
Alright.
11 is enough. DC 10. You go through, and for a second you feel just like the blood almost like slide to the back of your head.
Oh,
Sorry, I had a way to phrase it. Like the pressure. I mean. And you go, and after a second you readjust. Ray, also give me a Constitution saving throw for your motion sickness.
14.
14's enough. The adrenaline has picked up enough that you can barely feel the discomfort around your ribs. Mercury. In the meantime, I'm not going to go into deep description, but he does take a blood sample, and just talks to you. Disgustingly. Talking about the different effects that celestial genasi blood has. And he describes these like almost sophoric effects. That they can calm someone, that they can use to charm someone. Again, not going to go into too much detail, but the only reason you can feel the panic not rising in your throat is the Fane helping you and the audio device that you know is listening. And good.
her entire skin is crawling. Like, the stars
Yeah.
on her skin have gone up to a point where the luminosity is almost blinding. The galaxies on her skin are swirling. It looks almost like the cosmos is about to explode out of her skin. And she is still struggling against the restraints.
Make another strength check, but you see him push a, you feel like against your throat that he pushed underneath the helmet. And he goes, take a deep breath, please. Still not enough, unfortunately.
That's
These
fine.
are steel restraints.
I'm just assuming that they're still digging into her skin.
Yeah, it hurts. You can vaguely smell something rising up inside the helmet, some kind of gas.
She holds her breath.
Okay. You hold your breath. Give me a Constitution check to see how long you can hold it and if it's long enough before the party gets here. Okay, 13. Using the digging of your wrists to kind of help you with this. It helps. Yeah, Devin, I'm trying to keep it as quick as possible. I apologize.
It's the existence of it, but just keep going.
Yep. You manage to hold your breath and just hold on long enough, and you hear a car just gunning it in front of it in a skidding stop, and you hear him walk out the front door. And I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative as I drag you onto the map.
You're gonna be shitting your teeth for a month, asshole!
Can Mercury still roll initiative or no?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
You are currently still holding your breath, though.
I am walking up to him, bat in hand.
Hold on. We are
enough.
still in the car, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. Put yourselves at the
Are
bottom
we-
of this map.
Alright.
Yeah. Putting ourselves at the bottom of the map.
Could Sabriel have cast Bless as they were getting close?
You had a 10-minute drive, so you're good.
So I could.
Oh, wait, that should
Yeah,
not have been an advantage. 13.
Oh, yeah. Saren,
Why does it keep changing? Yeah?
did Saren ever message Pluto back?
You know what? Because we kind of cut from one thing to another, I don't know. Because I don't know what the timing was. If it was Pluto sent a text and then Saren immediately got that, or if Pluto sent a text but after Saren got Mercury. The timeline got weird.
If you wanted to have sent a message, you would have had enough time. You had to wait for Roddy anyways.
Yeah, in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
Going to find her is basically all she would have written.
Yep, he basically sends a message back and says, if you want backup, just call us and give us a location. But it'll take us some time.
Alright. She probably would not have called once she knew this entire group was going to be there. If anything, she would have just said, we have this, but okay.
Quickly setting up the thing. Sorry.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. And you know, Mercury has a very big issue with closed dark spaces. You fucker.
I don't like this.
Nobody does.
Don't like that.
Nobody does.
We'll warn you all in advance. Mercury has an issue with crevices, particularly very enclosed, tight, dark spaces. She might be a tad feral when you finally get her out.
Yeah. We'll deal with that when we get her out. Right
Just
now,
adding that as a
that's step
precursor.
1.
Please kick this man's teeth in.
I think Roddy has designs. Saren isn't really a kicker, though.
No, you're more of a stab in the face kind of person.
Yeah, a little.
Jesus Christ.
We're just gonna ignore that one thing because that should be on GM layer. There we go. Alright. So, okay, that helps, Devin, thank you. Yeah, I apologize again. So, Ray, you're kind of used to this. You drop out of the car, before it even fully stops, and
Yep.
just duck into a roll. Go ahead and move.
Okay, movement and bonus action are going to be towards running and dashing, so that's 60 feet. Action's going to be trying to get onto the fucking roof, direct action.
Okay, go ahead and give me a, athletics or acrobatics check, because you are a rogue.
Yep, acrobatics 11.
Luckily, you're doing it near a window, so you can step onto the windowsill, jump up, pull yourself up. It slows you down about 10 feet, but keep going.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, if I do that, I'm not going to drag myself there, but that's going to be 40 total. And then I have another... So drag me down 10 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, and then if I hop down and just directly jump down, I'll end up there.
Okay, perfect. So that's action, bonus action, movement.
Yep.
Next up is the Magician, who, unbeknownst to you, Mercury, you hear him stepping outside, for a moment. Ray, you see him, like, look out the door, sees you, and just is going to point a finger at you
Mm-hmm.
and cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Ooh,
It.
that hits.
Well, it's a weapon attacks that use strength,
You
so...
strength.
He
He
doesn't
he
have a trail
doesn't know.
to
He
go,
doesn't know.
so that's what he does.
Yeah. I mean, it
Right,
works.
so-
Makes sense.
And that's his concentration for now.
Currently, yes.
Yep.
We'll find out.
Alright, and then you see him close the door and head back inside. Mercury, you also hear the cock of a shotgun.
Immediately, Mercury will send out a mass feint. He's got a gun. It's a
Shit.
shotgun. I think. Just please be careful. I'm
You hear,
fine.
you
I'm
hear a
fine.
Scoff from Roddy's fame.
Alright, speaking of, Roddy, go ahead.
I'm gonna break through a window or something.
You do know there's no windows on the other side.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Good.
windows.
No windows on
Nope.
the other side
Yeah.
of this building?
No.
Yeah,
No windows,
we're
it's,
not.
it's only on the front side.
Yeah, fine. I am dashing this way.
Take your move and
or-
take your action.
Hey, Conrad, do we have
Yeah.
combat music?
Oh, shit. That's right. I still have the building tension on.
Yes, you do.
Building
Touch the
on
bill.
Potential.
Time for-
Ray.
Time for things are bad.
Times are.
Things are exceedingly bad. So 30, 60.
This is the music.
I will say, Roddy, you know you could pretty comfortably climb up to the building without too much difficulty.
Yeah,
If you wanted to go straight through.
I'm gonna action to dash and climb up the building.
Okay. So action, dash, yep, and go ahead and give me an athletics check.
An athletics check. Could I have rage as a bonus action, or
Sure thing.
yeah, I will rage as a bonus action, and I will give myself advantage on that athletics check.
Go for it.
15.
15 is enough. You climb up top of the building. We get to right here, somewhere on this line. I'll just reveal where your token is once you get there.
Yeah.
There we go. Ignore what's
here.
inside the building. That was for when it was still in.
Mm-hmm. He's
Okay.
standing on the building.
Next up, you hear the sound of metal plates dragging across the ground, Mercury, as well as what sounds like a mechanical hiss.
A what? Sorry.
A mechanical hissing
hiss.
sound, like steam leaving a mouth.
Jesus Christ! All right, Mercury's gonna feign all that to everybody. Just.
I know
I'm
you guys
fine.
can see it, but just ignore what you currently see on the map.
Just very quiet. I'm okay.
Actually, I'll leave it on GM layer.
We're coming. All right. So.
Saren.
Yes, I'm gonna also try to go over this building.
Yep. You have advantage. This is something you're used to.
Yep. Advantage acrobatics, but 20.
Comfortable enough. You climb across.
All right. That's her movement and her dash action.
Okay.
And space you can see. Can she see in through this window? No, she's not gonna do that. She's gonna save it. She's gonna bonus action light up the light sword, the not sunblade.
Okay.
That'll be her turn aside from feigning Mercury that we're coming.
All right. Sabra, you find yourself almost a little bit left behind as the more athletic folks have just climbed over the building.
Yep. There's no ladder or anything on the side of the walls, are there?
Not on this side, on the other side.
Mhm.
Oh god. Just I just imagine like all of them just vaulting up the wall of the building and Samuel going and just walking around.
He's gonna just start going this way.
Yep.
And he's going to get to here and just kind of take some cover against the wall. And he's going to be keeping and maintaining Bless. Usually he does about an arcane way, but he's throwing some personal prayers on top of that for everyone.
Okay, sounds good. Just out of curiosity, give me 100.
88.
88. Okay, interesting. You hear roll me another D100 actually.
26.
6. Okay, sorry, I just gotta pull something up because actually that works very interestingly here. Oh. Okay, so, do you mind me saying the nature of one of the voices in your head or no? Would you rather I didn't?
As in like the creature type?
Yeah.
As long as it's not the context around it.
Nope,
Sure.
Just the creature type. Like, what would be the category?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you hear the Fae in your mind. Whisper saying, "Oh, this is a delicious location. So much natural magic. Hold on, let's give you a gift." And you feel power come to your hand. You basically, for the next minute, have a counter spell. On hold until you choose to use it. This does not break your concentration.
Alright.
But after the minute, it passes. However, when you do cast it, anything you're concentrating on will fade.
Metamagic applicable?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, so you basically can tell that there is a form of wild magic in this area, and that your fate's tapped into it.
Alright.
So, that is now applicable to you. Standard counterspell. Unfortunately, you can't cast it at 3rd level, so it'll have to be cast at 2nd level equivalent, but still counterspell.
Alright.
Okay. And next up is Mercury. Do you continue to hold your breath?
No, she'll let it go. Very tentatively, I suppose.
As the breath kind of rushes out your lungs, you almost do your best to blow out the gas that was entered into the helmet. Just roll me a Constitution check, but with a Constitution saving throw with advantage. Okay, so you are not charmed.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know you said there was like a click and hiss of metal. Out of curiosity, because this is technically she doesn't have to see it, how immobilized are her hands?
Effectively restrained, so that you cannot use them for any kind of spell casting.
Damn it. Alright, then never mind than that.
Roll me either intelligence or wisdom check, though.
Wisdom it is.
It doesn't require any components to beast shape.
There.
I will also say the only animal I currently have ready is the hunting dogs.
Damn it. Okay.
If you want to do a different one though, I can see if I can drag and drop it.
Could she go into a snake?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see what snakes are available. Not snakes plural, snake singular. Okay, you're level 3, right?
Aye.
So you can do up to CR 1/4 or 1/8?
Quarter, I believe.
Quarter? Okay, so you could do a constrictor snake, which is a large snake. You could do a poisonous snake. A giant poisonous snake. Though you think the poisonous snake on its own will be a bit easier to slip out of these restraints, at least with the helmet.
Yeah, we'll just do a regular poisonous snake.
All right. Let me just get that sheet available to you. It'll be in beasts in a second. Apologies, I should have prepared a couple of these in advance.
You're okay. Jesus, don't apologize.
Player's journal. Give access to.
I didn't think this was
There's
happening
ball.
today.
That's okay. Sky. I should have a snake token. Let's see. Oh, I'm so glad I have a general tokens tab.
Like a horse
Yeah.
just appeared.
Yeah, man.
Dude, those horses, they're freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
They know something's up. It's a full moon tonight.
Yeah. You didn't really think this ambient noise through, did you?
He's doing his
Oh, was it in
best.
the music? I was trying to figure out what the hell you guys
Yeah.
heard horse. I had the music
Yeah.
turned down.
Heard the horse. We heard the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the horse, eh?
Because of the
Oh,
horse,
this is
eh?
some pretty calm fucking music.
Snake! I have just a snake token. Perfect. Oh,
Give me a
please upload
token.
quickly.
It's fine. Give me a token of anything with a jewel. It's fine. Snake. It works. The fuck is this name?
And they have violin.
Most certainly a name.
Change. There we go. Okay. Now I just have to actually drag it onto the sheet. Ah! Okay.
I have it on the sheet.
Oh no, let's go. You're gonna get your own sheet so that you can control the health and all that, and just click it all. So you said poisonous snake, right? Not giant.
Yeah.
Okay. It is just loading. Please work. Because last time it didn't. Come on.
I'm gonna move Snake
There we
over
go.
Mercury.
Snurkury.
Snarky.
Mercury.
I hate every sentence.
It's really good though.
I've been a druid. I know all
Yeah,
these
I got
puns.
it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
It has yet to update for me, so yeah, you are currently a snake. That takes your action. Really? It's a full snake for you?
Yeah.
It's just a blank sheet for me. Okay, cool.
Oh no, for me it's a blank sheet. I'm just kind of sitting and waiting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems my drag and drop is not working. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to manual roll it, but it is on roll 20. Just if you start poisonous snake in the tab.
All right, that's fine. I'm just happy to have the icon.
You slip out of all the restraints as you no longer have limbs, and your head is now much smaller. And you can see that by the door, text box I just grabbed instead, is a giant metal snake that I will show to players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there goes the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh's
There
coming.
goes the horse.
I'm gonna change this fucking song, y'all.
What
Oh,
a-
it's called Lonesome West. That's why.
Lonesome West.
It was
Did
very
it show properly?
lonesome and very west. Yes.
It's just
Iron Cobra
Where's
time.
Where's the closest fucking exit?
There is the windows and the door, and all are in the front. There is also the gas hood right here that the device is in.
Where is it?
Where I'm pointing on the map. I'm on the wrong
your
layer.
pointing.
Sorry.
Your pointing's gonna show up. It's here.
That's
Yep.
a poisonous snake. Oh, you have to bite. God damn it! I wish you could just spit poison. That'd be awesome.
No, that is a cobra style snake.
Just fuck you. Okay. In that case, basically going to use all feet of movement as fast as Mercury fucking can. I'm gonna move Mercury's token up into the corner for now, just to ignore it.
Mhm.
Snurkery.
I'll move it into one of the dark areas.
Snurkery has gone as fast as she fucking can, assuming leaving a small blood trail, considering the gaping wounds on her wrist.
They're not that bad. It just hurts.
But it's fun.
Maybe bad bruises.
I'm out. Just over Fane. There's a fucking massive snake at the door. Just fucking be careful.
Interestingly enough, she has a lisp.
There's a snake in the door.
Out there. Fucking can barely understand her.
Snake at the door.
With a snake
Alright.
at the door.
So, is that it for your turn?
I'm Fib the Snake.
In all honesty, yeah, that's it for now.
Okay. Who would like to roll me a D100 for wild magic?
Please.
Go for it.
26.
Okay. Good to know.
Sick.
I'm
Hey, your
confused.
Wild magic. Wait, what? Never mind. I'm just gonna ignore
What are the
that.
odds of that?
I tried
Well,
to
typically
run
one in
this
a
once,
million.
but
But
I made it too difficult to happen.
The odds of that.
actually,
I'm
one
poor.
in 1,000.
What? Oh, the two D100s. Yeah.
Yeah, they were both 26.
Ray's going to just look this area and just go. If you need to, get as far away from me as possible. But Ray's first movement gonna go up and check to see if the door is locked or unlocked. Just run up
It
right
is
now.
unlocked.
Cool.
You have been warned of the snake on the side, though.
Mercury has said that the
Cool.
snake is right by the fucking door.
Before she goes in, radiant consumption.
Okay. Transformation lasts for
Ray's going Super Saiyan.
She goes over there. Oh shit.
Super Saiyan Blue,
wonder you
actually,
got
with the hair.
blue. Yeah, no wonder you took the blue.
That's the strongest one.
That's the strongest one.
Hold on.
And
Trying
blue hair. Okay.
to make a visible aura for you. Does that work?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Hold on.
There we go. Alright. During it, you shed bright light for a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. You and each creature within 10 feet, you take it radiant damage at the end of each of your turns. Okay, rounded up to half your level, so that's 2 damage. In addition, once on each of your turns, you deal additional radiant damage to one target when you deal damage with it. With an attack or a spell, it is equal to your level. Your level.
Shut up. One time.
Okay, is that you ending your turn? You still have a bonus action.
Ray's bonus action. Actually, she can't hide.
Technically you have cover. Yeah, there's a wall you can just duck behind.
Bright light shitting out of me, but okay.
It's not hiding the fact you're there, it's hiding where your form is.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and make it. It is going to be disadvantaged because of the bright light, but
Yeah. Still an 18.
pretty solid. Okay, so you take 2 damage, but so does the snake.
I take
Fuck
it too?
the snake.
Yeah, you take it.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so that's 1 for me because I am resistant.
That's a fair point. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
It's weird they phrase it like that because there's no Asimar that aren't resistant to Radiant.
True, but your resistance and immunities can be taken away. So
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
it's one of those things that the rules technically imply it by themselves.
Yeah.
You just got to pay attention.
It's just this, like, hyper-specific weakness.
Yeah.
Ray
Okay.
did warn everyone not to go into the light.
Just gonna check a thing really fast.
No,
Why
leave
did
me
he
alone,
move?
good sir.
Why did he move,
Uh,
though?
Unfortunately, I do have to check a thing really fast. Where's that document?
Get away from Snurkery.
I still
Don't
love
tread
that
on me.
game. That's the calendar. I opened up the calendar instead of the supplement. I mean, right, Ty, you probably will have a second if you want.
I want to go with you.
Go
Socks
get,
for
just
good
go get
luck.
them. Yeah, you'll have a second.
It's
gonna take me a second for this PDF to load. Because I have to check the effects of shotguns.
I best not get shot. Fuck.
You're gonna get shot.
I'm gonna get
You're
fucking
in
shot.
some bad fucky wucky, my guy.
John, while I love that phrase, you always draw it out in the most distressing moments.
Now you go sleep in the forever box.
Oh no.
Actually, hold on. Was I smart enough to add it to a sheet? Oh my god, I was. I'm an idiot. Okay.
What's happening?
Okay.
We really do not know.
I swear to God, this is a trend for my characters at the beginning of any fucking campaign. First, Esther ate shit. Now Mercury gets kidnapped. Like,
So, you are going to have a +5 to your AC, due to the fact that you have what's equivalently 3/4 cover. It's not full cover, because a shotgun can shoot through a fume hood. But it is +5 to AC.
What's the
But
AC
he
of
also,
this
unfortunately, has advantage, because he's within 10 feet of you.
Oh shit.
snake? Oh,
Although, technically disadvantage, because he can't see you, so normal roll.
Normal roll.
Right. But he's going to make his attack.
You're a small snake. You're gonna turn back into a human real quick.
Does a 13 hit with the +5 to your AC?
no, it doesn't.
Okay. This deafening blast of it that most of you recognize as some sort of firearm, Rowdy, you specifically recognize as a shotgun, fires off inside the building.
Oh man.
Can I see him?
There's a loud fucking
maybe
screech.
Yeah,
not.
you can see him. You see him just shoot into a fume hood.
Okay.
And he notices you. And you see him level the shotgun in your direction, but he is in the middle of just, like, effectively reloading it.
Yep.
As he just pulls back on the, pump action. I don't know what the
It's a single shot.
The
It's a
game.
reload too. So technically.
yeah, no. I mean, he's doing the pump action. I don't know
Yeah,
what they
he's using
called.
yeah.
Basically gauging, like, it's the chick
Gauging the rounds,
thingy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't remember what the piece is called.
Yeah, you're
The gauge.
loading into the chamber.
We'll go with that. Roddy.
We're gonna slide into the chamber. Yeah. Roddy is going to run off the building.
As he is wont to do at times.
Yep. And yeah, he's just gonna appear right beside thing. It's just
Yep. You do know that if you do not make an attack, or at least attempt to this turn, you will lose your rage.
Would he have
Can
taken
I-
damage from falling off the roof?
just straight up jumping off the roof.
Technically... He rolled really high on the athletics, so I wouldn't naturally, but if you would like to be reckless intentionally for the sake of maintaining rage, go ahead and roll
Yes.
me just a d20.
It's the D20.
Yeah.
And that's just an attack roll.
Yeah.
What's a natural
You
20?
intentionally land a bit rough on your knee, just to kind of get that adrenaline going in your mind.
And I am going to pick up the nearest rock and I am going to throw it at this window.
You do so, and it just shatters the window.
Yeah.
Roddy did
actually-
take a full. Roddy
Just
did a full.
Improvised weapon thrown
Yeah,
weapon. Yeah.
give me a throw and improvised weapon attack.
Yeah.
You also have your bat over your shoulder.
Roddy did a
And-
full front flip, like mid jump, to get that head rush going.
Yeah. And I'm going to not reckless, but like
Just normal ranged improvised weapon attack.
yep.
Super range. Yeah, you shatter the window. It's not an issue.
It's a glorious joke.
You do also have 5 more feet of movement, technically, if you want to move it. But next up is the Iron Cobra,
I hate
who
them.
is going to basically slither out the window and directly up to you, Roddy.
Attack of opportunity.
No, because he's behind full cover. Oh, yeah. Once he gets out the window, yeah. Go for it.
Do advantage because I'm hit.
Do.
Yeah,
That
it
works.
has no special sight.
Fuck it up, Kenneth, and that's an extra 3 radiant damage.
Alright, go ahead and enter sneak attack damage as well.
Oh, I'm a rogue!
And he is adjacent
It's always
to
a fun
me.
realization, eh?
You rogue.
Okay. Total of 11 piercing and 3 radiant. You notice the piercing isn't particularly effective. So that is 6 plus 3, still 9 damage though. You stick it between the slots of its armor, and it's going to make a wisdom check.
Okay.
Okay, instead of going up to Roddy, it's going to attempt to attack you. Alright.
Does it get an opportunity attack from me?
No, it just didn't walk up to you. Oh, I rolled to GM, but rolled a natural 1, so I'm going to roll a luck roll.
Yeah, you've been on GM for that one for the entire thing.
It was intentional. With a 2. Okay. I'm gonna say this thing ends up like trying to take a bite at you, but where you slipped the knife, seemed to affect its balance motors, and it just falls prone in front of you.
Looks and just tiny smile.
Still need to download Ariel's symbols. All right.
I still
And-
need to fix them.
All right. Next up is you, Saren, as the Cobra is done for this turn.
All
You
right.
get him from here, right?
Yep.
He's like, open
And-
the window for you.
Yeah. Here's the thing. She didn't really need the window open because she needs to use something in order to close that little bit of distance. So,
Also, reminder for the future, you guys have blessed still.
That's true.
okay.
Right.
She's gonna, stupid extra 5 feet.
It wasn't intentional, but I'm quite pleased with it.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh,
Right,
you know
shotgun.
what could be... Can she do a long jump to go in through the window? Running long jump?
Technically, jumps just use up exactly as much movement as it would have.
No, not with me.
That is true. Okay.
So, I need to
I
roll a
do
d6.
enjoy that.
I might get extra movement. If I roll a 1, it's flat out the same. If I roll higher, maybe. It's flat out the same. Okay. Well, she tried. She gets in that far?
Well, hold on.
Yes?
Extend the distance of your jump up to number of feet equal to twice the number rolled plus twice your intelligence modifier. What's your intelligence modifier?
Plus twice my... twice the number rolled, so that's 2. Plus twice my intelligence modifier.
No,
I
just
did
plus your
forget
intelligence.
that.
Sorry, base intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. No, wait. Twice
Um,
the number rolled plus twice your intelligence modifier.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I cannot read here.
Yeah, I
You
was going back and
cannot
forth
read.
too. My
Period.
intelligence modifier is +3. Oh, by the way, should the snake have gone before me or after me?
It went before you.
It has a higher
What's your dexterity?
+3.
What's the exact number?
16.
17.
All right, good. Anyhow, my jump extended the distance 8 feet, costing 1 foot of movement. So
Just give me acrobatics for the broken glass, real quick, as you
sure.
try to sail through the window as opposed to.
21.
Yeah,
21.
you're fine. You basically turn yourself like javelin shaped as you do pretty much a splits in the air as you step in, and he looks
Can I
very
just-
surprised at how quickly you close the distance.
Yeah, can I just say, for that 1 foot of movement extending into 8, it's basically the film special effect of those Jedi leaps in Star Wars, where it's just like whoosh for half a second.
Yep.
Drop
And Roddy,
Damn.
you watch, Ray, you see it as well, as she takes those step, and that third step into a leap, perfect form with a running long jump, like a sports thing. There's a like hint of like pink glow from where she took that last step. And she lands like in front of the magician, like sword, I assume, ready.
Yep.
Go for it.
Can I specifically aim for the stock of the shotgun and try to cut it in half rather than hurt the magician right now?
Go for it.
All right. So here is the attack. That's an 18 to hit.
Roll with the bless real quick.
Yep. That's a 19 to hit.
19. It will hit.
And I'm
It
going
is a magical
to,
weapon, technically.
I'm going to telekinetic strike to do an additional
Okay.
6 force damage.
Terrific. It had 15 HP before it was broken. Well done. Okay. You
Nice.
don't break it completely, but you watch as the barrel basically ends up with a deep gash through it. And he just looks up in a panic.
And she
Clearly
looks,
not expecting that attack.
and she looks right
Oh,
back
yeah.
at him and says, "Kidnapping's a crime."
I love Saren's terrible one-liners.
Oh my god.
Nice, Matt.
Oh, that's
evil.
terrific.
That's my
Alright,
turn.
Sabriel.
Oh boy, oh boy. He's going to feign over to Mercury after the gunshot goes off. Like, are you okay? Are you hit?
I'm fine.
Oh, good, good, good.
Cavalry's come in.
And he's going to run the 60, and that'll be his turn.
60?
Dash and
30.
yeah.
That was only 30 feet. Oh, wow, that's really 60 feet. It's a bigger map than I thought. Okay. Alright,
Yep.
so
Especially for people who aren't jumping over buildings.
there is a reason he picked that location. He wants to be out of sight and not easily heard. Unfortunately, you guys have-
I just mean compared to the party, not the map itself.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the rest of the party is a bit of an asshole when it comes to moving quickly.
Yeah.
Yep, Mercury.
It's
Don't
like
apologize for having powers.
it's like this both the same and opposite problem of like Shay, where it's not ranged attacks, but you still need to give a shit ton of room for the players to just fucking tear through.
Yeah.
Conrad,
Yes.
out of curiosity, is it an action to drop wild shape?
It is a bonus action to drop wild shape. It's an
It's a
action to
bonus
become
action.
wild shaped.
So, if she uses her movement to drop out of the hood, bonus action to turn off wild shape and then cast a spell, would that be possible?
Yeah.
Um,
As a reminder, as long as you're a full caster, bonus action cantrips are still a thing.
Interesting. Okay, sorry. I just gotta write that. My bad. I didn't realize it. All right. Well, she's gonna
So
drop
the
out.
bonus action thing is in the homebrew rules, and the action costs are in your wild shape on your sheet.
Okay, thank you. Basically, she's gonna drop out of the fume hood. A snake just falls out of the fume hood.
No one can see it, unfortunately.
It's fine. Mercury stands up, and without batting a fucking eye, just launches it at the wizard.
As a reminder, you're dropping out or into the fume hood?
Out
outdoors.
of the fume hood.
Sorry, outdoors or indoors?
Indoors.
Oh, I misunderstood then. So yeah, Saren, you see a snake, and you still have that visceral reaction of like, shit, snake. But it morphs into Mercury, and with an unbelievable blast of radiant energy, slams it into this man's chest, because, ow.
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 18 radiant damage.
Yeah,
And
and
Mercury,
next attack has advantage too.
yeah, Mercury just fucking screams. It is this sound of just utmost rage.
Yeah. Alright, Ray, you have a prone cybernetic snake in front of you.
Okay.
Well, it's
Ray,
almost dead.
yep, Ray's going to just cut across to this side of it.
Okay.
Just like do and fuck it up, Kenneth. 1.
Hold on.
D4.
Hit?
Where's my
You already hit, that's okay.
No, I'm looking for this.
Sneak attack, okay, plus 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 piercing, half to 8, plus 3 radiant. Alright.
And bonus action offhand? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, total of 10 damage on the first one, and 1
One.
damage on the second.
Yep.
Damage is damage. It's enough to make it look pretty rough.
Cool. And then at the end of the turn, it takes 2 more radiant, and I take 1 more.
That is true, thank you. Okay, so, it is the Chartreuse Magician's turn. He is very not happy. Oh, he has to roll concentration as well, because that was a
Aw.
hell of a hit. Okay, he maintains concentration.
Fucker.
Well, he's not a, he's not a melee combatant, tell you that much.
No. No, he is
Nope.
not. He's gonna.
He's
not.
But if he
you-
moves, Saren has advantage on attack.
Yep. And he is a ranged spell attack. It is. Okay. So he is going to step and like click his heels together. And use his boots of the swift step. And he disengages for free this turn.
Bitch.
Okay.
Where's Mercury's token? I'm gonna get rid of Snurcury.
Yep.
Thank
Go.
you.
Alright, and he steps over to there, and you see him cast a twisting spell in his hand, and shoot it in your direction, Saren.
All right. That misses.
I assume 11 does not hit.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay. That's gonna be a problem for him.
It's more like a him problem.
That sounds more like a him issue.
That's a him.
So that's bonus action, and he's 10 more feet of movement. He's going to just grab a potion off the table, as a free action. Cannot do anything with it this turn, but he has grabbed it.
Okay.
Roddy's turn.
Yep, ready. There is a large angry snake, and there is a scuffle going on inside.
Yep, I'm going to.
You
jump
did see the
into-
shotgun taken into play, though.
Yep, I'm going to jump into the window.
Okay.
Right about here.
Just make sure the snake doesn't have reach. Nope, you're good.
Yep, and I'm going to grab something off this table.
Okay, hold on. I have tables for that.
Tables for the tables.
Tables
Yes.
for tables!
Precisely.
Table.
Oh, okay. So there's part of the table covered in scrolls and part of it covered in potions. Which one are you grabbing for?
I know you said
I'm-
scrolls, but it sounded like you said squirrels.
That too.
Dude, that's us.
Is there
That's all.
anything particularly heavy looking on this desk?
What's that thing
No.
behind him?
Or something behind me, yeah.
Is that a
That's an
telescope?
anvil.
That's an angle.
It's heavy, but maybe a bit too heavy.
Maybe a bit too heavy, yeah.
That one is like a reading desk. But like I said,
Is there a book on that reading desk?
yes.
Throw the
Are
book.
you gonna throw the?
I am going to grab that book and I'm going to throw it at his head. Yeah.
Okay, it is with disadvantage because it's past 20 feet.
Oh fuck, you're right. Yeah.
But go ahead and make your attack.
You have your D4.
I have my D4.
You have a D4.
Thrown.
God, you automatically convert that to a different damage dice, don't you?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. All right. Unfortunately, even with your bless, that
Yeah.
will not hit.
Yeah. No.
Ah.
No.
Ah.
But that's okay. There is still a table full of potions and scrolls.
I'm going to grab one of those potions off the.
Okay, roll me a d5.
Doubt.
Okay, you grab a potion. It's green. Not very sparkly, actually. You don't know what it does. It's free action to grab it. If you want to drink it, you can.
No,
if not,
I'm
up to you.
gonna next turn I get, I'm gonna run up and bottle him with it.
Okay, fair
Careful,
enough.
it might be a healing potion.
Yeah, as a reminder, he makes beneficial potions.
Beneficial potions.
Yes. I'm not saying you cannot do this. As a reminder, he doesn't make poisons.
Can I use a bonus action to empty it?
Yeah.
Just uncork and just on the floor.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Looking him dead in the eye as
And
you
I,
do
yeah,
this.
I
John,
gently
as a
going.
DM, you hurt me. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it because you've poured out the potion. That was a potion of stone giant strength.
Oh fuck. Oh.
The floorboards are impeccable.
You can smash that shit.
That's okay.
Oh.
Next up is the cobra.
Yeah.
The
Pour them
woodwork
on my
is
shoulder,
coming.
Commander.
coming.
Alright, so
Your
it
ass
flips,
beat.
it flips back onto its stomach.
It flips you off.
Okay, G.I. Joe.
Cobra Commander. Alright.
Thank
That's
you.
what I want. I am the Cobra Commander.
Hit me. That
That's
hits.
what I want.
Good job.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Oh.
Alright, roll me a constitution save first.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Hey, even with bless, not enough. Okay, give me a d4.
Okay. 3.
Okay, might be paralyzed. Does
That's
paralyze
okay.
incapacitate?
Is incapacitated.
Oh.
Okay, does that end your radiant thing or no?
Once each of your turns, part of your
It will save
eyes.
this.
I'm looking.
If it's on same rules as wings.
Let me click again. There's nothing about incapacitation.
Okay, perfect.
Let me just
Okay.
click so anyone else can look over because Ty can't read.
Yep, alright. Yeah, seems like you are just fine.
Yeah. As more stuff just goes.
Yep, just wanted to make sure.
There's
Because I know if
just
you
a
want
light.
conscious, some of them end.
There's just a light pouring out of her mouth. She's fine, and her eyes, and her nose.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Actually, this one doesn't end if you hit 0 HP. Oh, just be aware of that. Okay. Alright. So, is it for the Cobra's turn? Saren.
Zoom.
Yep.
This guy's still
Zoom,
glowing,
zoom.
isn't he?
He is.
Hee hee. Just you're making this really difficult for yourself, and she's gonna take a swing. 16 to hit.
Roll with bless.
Yes, that's right. I did forget bless. 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit. 16 would not.
Yep. 13 slashing plus 3 force.
Force. Okay, that is all halved. Because as mentioned with the Swift Step, he's resistant to all damage at the end of its next turn.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
So
was
that's
that
it.
not if he did the dash?
Yeah, he took the dash as an action, and once per day. So he can only take the free disengage if he takes the dash action.
Okay.
But that's
You
one
said
per
you
day.
said he used it to disengage, which I think
Yeah,
is
it's effectively a free thing, so it's the second part of it, not the first part.
yeah. Oh, okay, that's yeah.
Yeah.
He
Sorry,
can't take opportunity attacks. He didn't actually disengage.
Yeah, it was that was just for the sake of making it clear what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he's going to take 8 damage, right? Yeah, 16 cut in half is 8. Okay, he is not looking particularly well. You notice every time your sword slams and kind of cuts through the armor, that the armor almost starts to glow a bit brighter.
Uh-oh.
Right, but that is all for your turn, Saren?
Yep.
Okay.
We can bring
Next up
you in
is,
unconscious, or you can surrender and come quietly, and that's all she's gonna say.
Savriel's getting to here.
Yep.
Actually, if
You
he,
see all of Ray's muscles locked up.
he could
and
have done
swaying.
that, right? Get one more.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I have the edge a bit farther than the corner is, so you're good there.
Yep. Just want to make sure. Okay. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. He is. Shit. I can do two things. What is that? Let me double check something. And, okay. He is going to do a lesser restoration, distant.
Perfect. Okay. Ray, you watch as Sabriel begins casting magic in the air, and your muscles just relax, and you're free from the restraints of the poison that was within you.
You see just like the burning eyes just sort of look to you and then just like glare back onto the side.
Yeah, gives a nod, then he just kind of turns his focus to the bastard in there.
Yeah, you can currently see through the window. And I will say, counterspell works through windows, don't have to worry about that.
Yep, that's what I was. I was gonna have a fight with you if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, there's arguments to be made both ways, but I'll say for the sake of this that it does. Especially wild magic counterspell.
Unless that glass is lined with iron.
Or lead.
Alright. He's still keeping blessed. And he can't do bonus action spell if he used action spell, right?
Correct. Unless it's a bonus action cantrip.
It is not. So that'll be his turn.
Okay. And next up is Mercury. I very nearly skipped you by accident. Go ahead.
Mercury pretty much fucking sprints near the edge of the table to get to where she is.
Alright.
And-
That table is also laden with potions and scrolls, if you would like.
Doesn't matter. She's fucking knocking shit to the side. Roddy, from where you're standing, you see that there is a look on her which is rather frightening.
Yeah.
I think you're in the same mood there.
We're in
Yeah.
the same mood.
You see basically your mood mimicked on Mercury's face.
Rage resonance going on.
Rage
And
resonance, yeah.
right
Rage
here
resonance.
on this square, so it only hits him, Mercury is going to cast Magnify Gravity.
Okay.
Ooh, Constitution save.
Throw on a failed save. They take 2d8 force damage and speed is halved until the end of the next turn. Okay, what is your DC?
My spell DC is 13.
18. He succeeds. So go ahead and roll the 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a Constitution saving throw.
It was a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you did.
Uh,
He
that
rolled
would've been-
strength.
That would have been a 16 otherwise then.
Okay.
13. Halved, then halved again is 4 damage. He's looking real close, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of flavor,
Yay.
raises him up, waves her hand, and he fucking smacks to the ground.
You see him react quickly enough that his knees flex to take the blow. But you've injured him at least a little bit. Okay. Anything for bonus action?
Does Mercury recognize any of the potions on the table next? Right.
It would take an action normally to try to investigate it. None you specifically recognize, no. You didn't go into the shop to see what his potions looked like.
Okay, because she's proficient with a herbalist kit. That's why
Herbalist kit is not the same thing in this scenario,
No.
unfortunately.
I figured it's not.
Yep, but if you
Uh,
would like, you can roll a d4 and grab a potion.
In that case, nah.
Okay. Initiative count 20. Who else would like to roll Wild Magic Surge?
I will.
Go for it.
Was it D20 or D100?
100.
26. 26.
Oh!
Oh.
Okay.
It's like the first
So-
time I've rolled one of those.
Ah! Shit.
Just going to copy and paste. This happens on the magician. So you watch as golden light fills the room.
Huh. Alright. Double healing and 20-foot radius from him.
Just going to make
Alright.
that a visible thing for you guys.
But does that affect him?
Yeah.
Shit.
Does
There
he
you go.
know that it's an effect that's affecting him?
Probably
That's a great
does.
question. So, Ray,
Spaghetti. SpaghettiOs. I'm hit a stinkio. 1.
Oh,
oh! Give me that sneak attack.
wait.
16 sneak attack and
Wait,
10 base.
wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the
How do
asshole.
you have sneak attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the asshole. No sneak attack.
Wait, oh no, you're right! You're
Oh,
right!
You didn't have advantage.
I didn't have an advantage that time, you're completely right. No more
and
sneak attack,
nobody's
that's fine.
there.
That's okay. That's okay, I'm new at this, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's alright, still a solid 12 damage. 10,
I'll kick his ass.
so 5 piercing and 2 radiant.
Yeah,
His
Seven
ass
total.
BB.
the
Alright.
other time I was hidden and it was prone, so I'm like, sneak attack, no, wait, fuck. Okay, offhand. That
Offhand.
doesn't hit? Wait,
Fortune
bless.
scratches across.
Just
Oh,
in
yeah,
case.
bless.
No.
Fortune misses.
Oh, so fucking
I would have
close.
needed a 4 on that, didn't I?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Still, critical damage.
And it takes the other 2 radiant.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn.
Oh, and the 3 radiant. Wait, and the 3 radiant from the natural from the other time.
Okay, mix those 2. So I did put 2 before, so I'll put 3 now.
Okay.
Next up is the magician, who is going to grab a potion bottle off the table. Let me just roll to see what kind is near him.
Yeehaw.
Or 1, 2. Is that table? Okay, he's unfortunately a healing potion.
Fuck.
Goddamn. Alright. Fine.
Alright,
Fine. That's okay.
that's fine. That is completely
Going to heal
fine.
14 HP with the doubled. So, plus 14, so that's his bonus action. And as his action... he is going to do something risky. You watch as he pulls a shotgun shell out of his pocket, basically. And he takes a little dagger on his belt and slams it into the pin of the
Oh God.
shotgun shell, pointing in your direction. So this is going to be a disadvantaged luck roll against you.
Welcome, Blast.
Okay.
Against the firing thing?
Because he has very few options at close range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9. Okay, so that is going to be... Okay, everyone within 5 feet is
Me.
going to take 1d6 fire damage. So that includes him and you.
Alright.
So you take 3 fire damage, however, well, you both take half of the damage that he took last turn, which is going to be 8 additional damage.
So I take
Both.
8 as well?
Yep. But he also takes the extra damage.
Ah.
I love
Alright,
it.
He
fine.
does not get a choice in this matter.
Yeah.
He pretty much got rid of most of his healing potion.
Yep. And he looks at you as like the smoke clears and goes, "Oh shit, you're still here."
Oh no. What did you think that was gonna do? What did you think that was gonna do, you
You can see
idiot?
his hand is wrecked. A couple of the pellets just like tore through it.
What did you do that? Oh god, I'm gonna have...
Oh, you
Mercury
has
really
been-
didn't have to go
Roddy.
through this.
You
I'm
come
going
in
to
with
have-
a fury.
I'm gonna have fun knocking out your prickle teeth with my siege club. And
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to hit him in the head with it.
Does he still have
Go for it.
rage on?
Reckless.
Does he still
What?
have rage?
I still have rage on.
He has made an attack both turns,
Oh, right.
Yep.
The throwing of the book.
I threw a book at his head.
which is my favorite way to maintain rage, by the way.
Yes.
It's good.
Angry boy yeets book.
Oh my god.
Okay, John, I gotta ask you, how would you like to do this?
I'm gonna knock him out, but I'm gonna knock all of his teeth down his throat.
Okay, Saren, you hear a wish, and your instincts tell you to duck as as a siege bat flies over your head and slams directly into the smarmy prick's mouth. There is, you heard the expression a 2-hit fight before.
Yeah.
One of the bat hitting his mouth, and one of his head hitting the ground. Again, non-lethal. But there was a tinkling sound afterwards of multiple teeth also hitting the ground. And he is incredibly unconscious.
Oh, frick. Better make sure he doesn't choke on that.
A month.
Yeah. He is in a bad state.
Yeah.
Mercury.
The bat slams into
Oh
his
yeah, the fucking snake.
In the meantime, Ray, you hear the sound of thwack thwack, tinkle tinkle tinkle, as like all the teeth hit the ground, and then you hear a high pitched whine as the cobra's eyes just flick red.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So this cobra
Guys.
is basically gonna make all its attacks as reckless right now.
What?
Which means you have advantage, by the way.
Didn't know who asked that hit.
All right, give me the Constitution save.
21.
Okay, no poison effect, just the piercing damage. Saren.
Sarah, not knowing about that, is going to pretty much use her entire, probably, turn to, turn this guy on his side, make sure he's not gonna choke on the blood from his own broken teeth, make sure his mouth's clear, pull his arms back, restrain him.
What's like your give me like a medicine check, but it's gonna be very difficult to fail this.
Okay. Oh, let me turn off advantage, that's still on. 22.
Yeah, he is cared for with a flippancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She's just gonna look at Roddy and, back at Mercury. You guys okay?
I'm good.
Alright.
Sabriel. Cobra's going berserk, but anything else, Saren?
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay. Sabriel, you can see the snake is going berserk, and it's just like spewing steam and like poisonous spittle everywhere.
Just Ray, maybe don't be there. He is going to shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay, go for it. With advantage, because it is reckless.
Well, that's a 19, so let's roll a d20.
24 will definitely hit, and fire does full damage. Okay, there we go. It's 4, still up. Alright, anything else? That is your bonus action.
He... let's see, what's his... No, that's 40. He's just going to move slightly over to here.
Okay. Looking inside, you can see the Saren very effectively, in your opinion, taking care of the magician.
Okay, and he'll just kind of be there willing to help Ray if he can.
Okay, so just held action to be used as needed?
Yep.
Good. Alright, and Mercury.
Mercury, upon knowing that there's some metal sort of contraption, probably has slithered outside, fucking sprints out the door. And
Yep.
upon looking at the snake, you said advantage, yes?
Yep, advantage on attacks.
Wonderful. Once again, going to fucking zap, zippity bop. If he would... You know what? Let's upcast that at spell too.
Woo!
Will definitely hit. It is barely alive.
Well, guess who has advantage?
Uh-huh.
Guess who has double
Yep.
advantage?
The rogue with
Yep.
sneak attack.
And Mercury just fucking screams, "Fucking finish it!"
Yeah. So, who wants to give me one last wild magic surge?
May I please?
Go for it.
Yeah, boys.
If anyone's
Yeah,
earned it,
boys.
you.
Yeah.
Ha!
12.
Ha!
Alright, it latches on to the next available person to be summoning this, which is Sabriel. Oh!
don't know.
Okay, actually, Sabriel and Mercury, both of you make me a spellcasting modifier check. So Charisma and Wisdom, respectively.
Huh.
Should
Oh,
not have
not
advantage,
supposed to be
but-
at advantage. Apologies.
Okay,
Me.
and
6.
Mercury, give me a D4.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This?
Oh no. Oh no.
It might not be a no. We don't know. Wild magic is weird.
Okay, and one last, give me a D8.
I don't like these.
I won't deny
Oh,
it's making me
no.
nervous.
Sorry, it's random directions, so I have to...
Yep.
Oh, okay.
One,
Oh, boy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so right here, I see a portal open up,
Oh no.
and all the air in the room immediately gets not in the room. You're outside, but you guys feel the air just gets sucked in, like there's a void of it in that portal. Ray, what are you doing?
Oh fuck. Ray's looking
You hit the
really
snake.
Ray's looking really haggard, but she's not showing it. Her shoulders are just moving up and down. There's blood rolling down her lips, but she's still hitting. Fucking
18. Give me that sneak attack. Okay, how do you want to do this, Ray?
Yeah.
Practically 1v1ing this Cobra, because that would have been enough even without the other 2 damage.
3.
Yeah, so yeah. With your range at the end. Yeah, so okay, so you would need that guiding bolt, but.
Yeah.
Or actually the fire bolt. Either way. How would you like to do this?
Just the 2 knives go in and just a burst of fucking light, and Ray's blown backwards just like a couple feet and it just fucking falls. She's
Alright.
still on a little fire. It's fine. We're fine.
You guys watch as the Cobra, the 2 knives sticking out of it, starts to twitch and malfunction, and just its mouth opens and a burst of like smoke comes out and just drops to the ground. Very reminiscent of how a snake would probably collapse. Alright. We are now outside of initiative, but that portal is open.
Gabriel's gonna back up.
Yep.
And
Can I-
he'll also just healing word on Ray.
Can I try to close the portal?
How would you like to do so?
I'm assuming it was the guiding bolt that did the magic surge.
No, it's just on initiative count 20.
Ah, interesting. Okay. You know how Thunderwave pushes things back? Can she try to reposition that sort of mindset of energy to push something closed?
Okay, so trying to force it? Okay, interesting. Interesting. Give me a wisdom check. Try to, and you see it flicker as you try to channel it into just almost ethereal energy and force it closed. It flickers for a second, but it remains open.
Sabriel's gonna think to himself, you two have experience with this. How did they do it?
They had a number of different ways, but you're still holding on to that wild magic, right?
Yes, can I use that and whatever feeling they might have had with it? If you remember, can the Fane make me remember?
You can try, but you have a counterspell active.
Yes, can I just... could I
Here.
mold it into that?
Try it. We'll help you channel your thoughts. So if you would like to use a feint point for advantage on this, you may.
Alright. He'll also cast guidance on himself.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Okay, so this would just be his spellcasting.
Yeah, just pure charisma check.
Alright.
Let's see that.
23.
22 is the DC.
Ha!
Holy fuck.
It's not easy to close a portal with a second level counterspell, but my god.
You did
Okay.
it.
You
Is
watch.
it done in the way he remembers?
Vaguely.
Okay.
You're trying to channel that same mindset, but it's not the same thing. You're not using the same kind of magic here.
Okay.
You're trying to channel the wild energies, mix in the Asimar control over the planes, and finally the memories that the Fane try to feed you of jerry-rigged magic, basically. And you keep pushing and pushing, and you feel this scream rip through you, like not from your voice, but from your soul, as you force this magic out of you. And the portal shuts. Roll me 1d6.
4.
You guys watch as Sabriel immediately goes unconscious, as
Right.
the magic was effectively over-channeled through you.
Mercury dashes over and immediately, without hesitation, casts Cure Wounds at a 2nd level spell.
You know he's not injured, he's just unconscious.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you slam it into you. Ray, your thing is done. Hold on, let me close that radius for you.
And
I don't want to burn him.
change the magic.
Just like gently like tapping his face, trying to wake him up. Ray doesn't know first aid. She just knows tap face, wake up.
Say between the two of you guys can each take an action together to wake him up, and you feel yourself come back to consciousness, Sabriel. And you hear a triplicated, "You did well, but you're going to need to rest a touch. Your magic's going to be unstable for a bit."
Alright.
Are you alright? What happened?
I did it. I think.
Yeah,
Good.
you closed the portal. How did that knock you on your ass?
It was a lot.
It's okay. It's okay.
You need to rest.
You too. No, hold on. He like sets pulls himself up. You too. My wrists, and Sabriel like take Mercury's wrists and.
No, actually. If
Oh,
you
he's doing
try... No, but if you try to touch Mercury, Mercury immediately jerks away.
All right.
You are unable to touch her.
He pulls his hands back then.
Please don't.
Healing or touching?
Both, please. Don't. There is a almost... You ever seen like a frightened animal? Just that narrowing look in the eye. That is the look you see on her face.
It's okay. You're safe.
And she pretty much jerks back all the way back to the door.
Oh god, I was just about to come out.
Roddy's about to, yeah.
The moment you guys exit the door, she fucking jerks all the way over here.
Mercury?
Mercury, it's okay.
Alright.
She's beginning to twitch.
You're going to be okay. I promise.
Guys,
So,
back up a second. Just
I'm gonna go put this guy in the trunk.
Sabriel
I've already,
looks over further than you are.
I've already contacted Glimmerscale.
Yeah.
Conrad, did I get anything back?
Not immediately. It's only been a couple seconds.
Mhm.
You wouldn't be surprised she's still typing the message.
Mhm. I'm gonna wait and see if he says anything.
Alright.
Roddy, just don't bother with the trunk right now. Just
duct tape him to the floor. That works best.
just kind of put him on the ground over there, and I mean,
He's zip tied.
Yeah.
I've duct taped his ankles
You guys have the manacles still, so.
and his mouth.
just make
How are
sure
you two? Are you
he
hurt?
doesn't cast anything.
Yeah.
I'm singed, but I'll be fine. Don't worry. And just for the sake of it, she regained 7.
I'm great. I'm good.
You watch as Sarah just takes a deep breath, and there's like slight pink particles that just seem to enter into her. Purple, sorry. That just seem to enter into her, and she breathes out and seems a bit better put together.
Okay. And she's just gonna sit down right there. Kind of not turned directly towards Mercury. But not turned away either.
Did you find the vial on?
A vial? She
A
looks
vial.
over to Roddy.
No.
Uh,
Are
I
we
didn't
supposed to
search
look
him.
for a vial? Yeah.
Without a word, Mercury
Without a word.
runs back into the shop and begins tearing the place apart looking for the vial of blood that he took.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
She'll get up.
I'm going to say with disadvantage because you're a bit out of it.
Do you want
Um,
help?
Just look for blood.
Okay. I'm gonna look for blood.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, she finds nothing.
Sabriel is going to, from afar, cast
goddamn.
guidance on Saren.
Go ahead and take the guidance, sir.
Alright, 12.
12. You don't find it in here. What you do find is a bag, of some sort. Seems vaguely magical, as well as, again, all those scrolls and potions that were in here are everywhere. Technically, anything that was used against you, you guys have legal right to.
Eh,
But
Right
no vial, except for the vials of potions that you see around you.
Right.
None look like blood, they're all green.
poke her
Unless
head
the
out the
blood is
door.
green.
Roddy, see if there's
Yeah?
a vial on him. Check his pockets.
Will do. And I'm gonna put him down, gingerly, and start
Do so,
searching.
yeah. Go for it, make an investigation check.
Alright, I'm not very good at these. But, alright. 1.
Wait a second. Do our Fane currently have have a level to have access to that advantage on
Yeah.
wisdom intelligence?
Hold on, actually, let me check that, I think so.
Can't remember what levels
Level
the
I
things are.
think we do.
It's in the Blessing of the Fane, hold on.
Yeah.
Ancient knowledge and ancient experience we do have.
Okay. So we could have
Yeah.
advantage on these things if we want to spend a Fane point on them.
Oh, in that
Yes,
case, can
as
I
long as
just
it's
have
before you know that the outcome of the roll gives.
Yep.
never mind.
Yeah.
There is
So,
that. We just keep forgetting. So next time.
I'm just basically gonna like rifle through his pockets. Like, I'm not very good at searching
His
people.
clothes technically also don't have pockets.
Yeah.
He's in armor.
He's in armor. So
Yeah.
if you want to
All you
deal with
got-
that,
Yeah, all you guys find inside the shop, though, is just those potions, those scrolls, and that bag.
Mercury is going to exit the shop, approach
they're like a,
the dude, and pretty much kneel over him, grab him by the collar, look him in the eye, and go, "Where is my blood?"
he's unconscious and he has no teeth.
That is correct.
Mercury shakes him.
You get the recording device. It still has lots of battery. You get the recording, you check it. You're confident that if you look in the right time code, you'll find it.
Okay. How much of the stuff can she fit in her pocket?
As much as you want, really. They're small potion bottles. They're meant to be carried easily. Do you want me to just give you a list?
Saren's gonna check inside the bag, by the way.
Go
Sabriel's
for it.
walking in carefully.
I have to check something about that bag, actually. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What's at this door?
We're giving him
we'll
a
get
lot
there.
of stuff.
Sorry. Quick second. Yeah.
I almost feel like we should be in initiative order for this.
No, I'll just do it in the order it was asked.
Oh.
So, Ray,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you this list. Write them down as I say it.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a part of everything if you want. Or you can
You
do
can't
your
copy and paste the list.
Do we have part of it?
It has a bunch of links, and it's technically an image that I just saved.
You can't screenshot it and just put it in the chat.
I can, but it has other information that you don't want to give.
Okay, got part of it. We're good.
Yep. So, actually, you wouldn't actually know what they are. So 7 scrolls and 3 potions.
7 scrolls and 3 potions.
Yeah, they're not identified actually now that I recall, so I don't actually have to give you the details yet. Just
Yeah.
make sure you write that it's from the Chartreuse Charlatan workshop.
Yeah.
Chartreuse Charlatan.
I love our party inventory has cat cute in parentheses.
Yep, I put that one in there.
His name's
yeah,
Rebel
shit.
or Smokey. I don't.
Smoky.
It's
I'm sure he's still out on his name. Yeah.
No,
Smokey,
it's
but
Smoky.
You've been overruled.
I wanted the.
I spelled chartreuse and charlatan both correctly on the first try.
Hell yeah.
I'm impressed with myself today.
Low clapping.
Good job.
Chartreuse Charlatan.
So, as you reach into the bag, Saren, what are you doing?
Is there anything in it?
Reaching your hand into it, you don't feel anything immediately.
Oh, I know what this might be.
Uh-huh. We all know what this might be. I
I
don't know if
don't
Sarah knows
know.
what it might be. Does Sarah know what it might be?
Roll an Arcana check. With a disadvantage, 'cause it doesn't look standard.
Probably not. I don't. I can roll lower, but I don't think a 6 makes it anyway.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
So,
You've got no idea.
huh.
Sabriel looks over and goes, I'm experienced in handbags. Can I take a look?
Maybe it's stuck like sort of in a corner. What if you put it
Handba-
inside out and
What
shake
the hell did you do to your hair?
Oh, I thought I'd change it up.
Okay.
Maybe.
Also, Ray, I like the color.
Thanks.
Yeah, here, and just hand the bag over.
Gabriel, like, what if it's like stuck on the inside and you just like put it inside out and shake it?
Stop.
Maybe that'll help.
Stop it.
I want to do it.
Sabriel, you know what this is.
I kind of
Okay.
wanted to do it too. I really,
so
really wanted to do it.
He guy turns it and it's like, oh, it's not even brand name.
Yeah. This
Okay.
actually, it's not a standard bag of holding, but it is a bag of holding. At least it looks like it.
Can he figure out what makes it non-standard?
Roll an Arcana check.
Alright, he'll guidance himself.
Sure.
16.
Okay. The reason you don't think it's standard is because it doesn't look like a bag of holding. All bags of holding are historically by dwarven design, and part of the magic is the design. This doesn't have that. It's just a simple messenger bag. But it is magical of some kind.
It's not even real canvas. Ugh.
You would be snooty about that.
It looks...
Alright.
It doesn't
here.
look like one, but it's a bag of holding.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Here, I'm not gonna
he's
force
got-
you to carry it then.
I just... he's just gonna put his hand in and think of vial of Star Genasi blood.
Okay. You do so, and you get 16 vials. Not all of them are fresh,
Bloody hell.
No.
literally.
He just like immediately like drops them back in and just kind of shakes his hand off.
Oh my god.
Sabriel, you know very well. That's a couple thousand gold pieces worth of blood.
Oh. Well, he's like he like contains a retch for a second.
What's going on?
Okay.
You
here.
alright?
He's. We're going to. Good news. Good news. I think the bounty that this man would have is substantial.
Oh! Really?
That's.
Why is that? You have a very bad look on your face, and I.
It looks like you're about to throw up.
Yeah.
he's- Mercury was nowhere near the first.
Saren's gonna take the bag away. Because he probably looks like he's gonna drop it.
Yeah, you pull it out of his grip, and it's not a strong grip.
Ray's gonna like try and beckon Saren over with her handfuls of shit.
Yep, Saren takes the bag and goes over to Ray.
Yeah. Roddy keeps a couple brown paper bags in his glove box as like puke bags, just in case anyone has like serious motion sickness in his car. Can you grab one of those and hand one to Sabriel?
Yeah, you can run out and do it.
He like takes it. I don't think it's that bad. Just
Just in case.
for later. Then
Err on the side of caution.
who knows what else this wretched man has done.
Okay. Big words. Alright. So, do you want him in the trunk or not?
Just because this look like wretched. Anyways, no, just
In the
leave
meantime-
leave him on the ground. Tie him up.
Alright, yeah.
Mercury. So, inside that room,
Mm-hmm.
just reveal it for you. Is it? There we go. Just gotta adjust the map so I can actually reveal it. There we go. Alright. It seems to be a little private room of his. If you'd like, you can make an investigation or perception check in here.
Rather do perception.
Perception, go for it.
Right. Ah.
11? Okay. And roll me an additional D100.
Alright.
I know that makes you guys nervous. It's good. Don't bother.
Ah.
Go hard.
7!
Oh, Dale.
Huh?
I don't know, bro.
Proud Southern boy.
You'd make a good cleric.
You would make a good cleric.
Listen. I don't got good luck on this shit, do I?
Fine.
Sure.
Give me one more D100.
Oh.
Two.
Oh, never mind. That was a D0. That was my mistake. I
100.
fucked up.
How the heck did you?
Zero. I was like, hold on.
D00. You did it again! Oh no, wait.
No, she's
That's why. That's why.
Chat
I
jump.
messed up. It's a 7 and a 74, alright?
Okay, unfortunately, I need you to roll me one more D20.
Hmm.
Alright.
Rolls a D200.
Two.
Oh, no.
I do. Okay. So
Why?
first of all,
Got
you
it.
find a labeled potion called a potion of greater healing.
Alright.
You find a spell scroll as well.
Alright.
That has a ribbon wrapped around it. That is a spell scroll of identify.
Nice. Alright.
I love that you guys have given him all pretense and are just looting this dude at this point.
Oh, he can go fuck himself.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I just love that it's happening. There's also just
You
books and
outright-
notebooks and recipe books.
You outright
Can
told
Roddy
us
take a
to.
couple potions if that's
Yeah.
alright?
Again, I said anything used
Uh,
against you guys, you can take. Sarah.
He could have used so many things against us. This man had an
yeah.
armory.
Oh yeah, he was tossing potion bottles at you for like 10 minutes before you guys came in here.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
Pick up that
guys,
Sarah.
technically, we can't take anything that hasn't been used against us.
Legally, at least.
Mercury is not saying anything.
Se-
Look at
Several
his
looks
desk.
over.
Alright,
Several
fine.
looks over. Whatever do you mean? He was threatening to use everything in this room against us.
Yeah,
Except
that's-
himself.
He took
It is so
my
himself.
blood.
That's
I
not
can
how.
take whatever
That's
I
not how.
want.
That's not how this works. Don't
Do I
make me
look
report.
like I care?
Don't make me report any of this.
I will say, technically, you didn't see Ray taking them because you were
No. Yeah.
not in the room.
Nope. I figure at this point it's just because Roddy started rooting through stuff, like openly in the room.
Yep. And technically, Mercury was in the other room too.
Yeah.
So you didn't see those two, but you saw Roddy. Okay.
Yep.
Is there
Um,
anything
use any
on
of
the
these
desk?
Based on
However,
on the desk.
They're all beneficial potions.
please, guys. Sarah, you get a response from Glitter Scale.
Okay. Ting.
Basically saying, what kind of problems? I'm coming myself, but do you need any other kind of backup?
No backup needed. Can I call?
Go for it.
And she's gonna hit the call button instead and be able to verbally explain what.
The nightmare.
You get an immediate answer from him.
Right.
And
okay.
he just goes, so, tell me.
Kidnapping.
Yep.
Also, extraction of blood from unwilling subjects.
Lovely.
Probably some other illegal magical ingredients. There's a bag of holding. We were able to confirm Genasi blood, but we haven't exactly turned it out, so...
That's okay. Keep it all inside for there. It'll make it easier to transport.
Exactly. Gonna turn that into you. Have you guys go through all of that. We can definitely confirm the kidnapping. That was one of our own.
That's right. This gives us excuse to search the whole property.
Mm-hmm.
And this way we can question the other employees too. So, perfect.
I don't know all the magic that was used. There was some weird stuff that happened. You might want to talk to Mercury about it.
I take it she's the Genasi who got extracted from.
Yes.
Alright. Subject is captured.
Yes. Unconscious.
Any ca-
He is medically fine for the most part, but he
Long
might
as-
need a dentist.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Don't care. Cool.
Okay. Well, if you
Any casualties or any of the employees, were they on the property?
no.
Or just you guys?
As far as we know, we didn't run across any. It's the single back room, and she just describes the exact location of the building, and we'll still be here when you come up.
Perfect. Do I need to bring anything else, or is everything handled?
Just whatever it takes to transport him and any evidence.
You've got a vehicle there, and I've got my vehicle here. That'll be fine. Alright. About 5 minutes later, he shows up in the meantime, Mercury. You pour through the desk. It is locked, but you can break them with ease.
She has thieves' tools.
Okay, you can pick them in that case. Go make a roll for me.
Alright. What would that be? Sleight of hand?
It's a thieves' tools check, so it's dexterity plus proficiency. It's a separate skill that you should technically have on your sheet.
Shit, okay.
That's okay.
If
For
it
now,
is-
it's just anything with dex plus proficiency.
Dex. I
Plus
don't know.
2. 19. Okay. So, yeah, that's easy enough to open all the locks. It's a simple lock. Going through the desk, you see a small tablet, a small cell phone, a lot of reports of finances, a number of contracts, records of employment, personal work details for the employees, just a lot of standard business running documents.
Are there any false bottoms in the desk?
Roll investigation with perception, actually. Looking through, you don't find any. No.
Okay. Is there anything in that would suggest any sketchy transaction deals? Looking through the tablet and the phone.
Give me just a raw intelligence check.
Eee.
The tablet and the phone are password locked, and you can't figure your way into it.
All right. She's gonna pocket them for now. Hand them.
And it's around now that you guys hear the noise of the vehicles pulling up. In walks in Glitterscale. Heavily equipped in a riot vest and a tactical shotgun, and just kind of looking around, checking all the corners, making sure you guys are okay, and says, "You sure no one else is here?"
We haven't exactly swept the property.
We just sort of scaled the building to get here.
Alright. Well, we'll get you the vehicle and also property for you. Anyone who wants to come with me can. But for the sake of brevity, you guys do so. No one else on the property right now.
Cool.
He says, so I will get your reports at the station.
Gotcha.
And depending on the charges he has laid upon him, we will adjust your reward as necessary.
Please.
She took my blood.
So are you going to need some sort of medical, whether mental or physical, work, or do you already have someone?
I'm fine.
Do you already have someone?
Yes.
He just kind of CP and says, meet me at the station as soon as you can. I'll make sure he's locked away for a while.
The bag. It's full of proof of everything. Bag of holding.
Perfect.
Recording.
You have a recording.
Yep. Audio.
You see for the first time just this, like, not even scaly, just toothy maw breaks out into the most horrifying grin as you see each of his teeth are carved into. Saren, you recognize these as aberrant dragon marks, which do not show up on Dragonborn.
Huh.
He's a half dragon.
In fact, dragon marks don't show up on any Dragonborn.
No.
That's
You don't know if it's
interesting.
just a carving, you don't know what it is, but it's the symbol of an aberrant dragon mark.
I also found these. Drew's gonna hand over the tablet.
Takes the recording and says, "You folks. Okay, this is going to look very good on you folks. Fuck it. How about this? Each of you name me a magic item. Something fancy that you want.
Oh,
I,
we have to do that right now?
can we think about that?
By the time we get to the station, it's technically going to be off the books, but this will be my reward to you. This is... Oh, it's going to save me so much time.
One other thing, by the way. There was odd magics going on about here. Wild magic, I think.
Makes sense. We'll get some enchanters on here.
A portal opened, but then was closed by me.
Oh, well done. Takes a lot of skill for that. Or luck.
I think a bit of both.
Don't sell yourself short.
Fine, I was amazing.
Yeah, that sounds more like you. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys at the station. Think what you want for Christmas. And he opens it up. And for the sake of this, Christmas is an old tradition, no longer exists technically. Moving on.
What level are we going up to here, Conrad?
You may not get exactly what you ask for, but technically you can request whatever you want. Again, realize this is him giving it to you personally, so this isn't like some like government vault. This is whatever he.
Are we going purely traditional stuff, or?
Name something, he will do his best.
Alright.
Okay.
So, for the sake of this, you guys get back to the station, you give your reports, and are given leave to go home and get some goddamn sleep. Your items, I'll ask you guys to message me in the chat. And
Alright.
as well, Mercury, as you take the time to finally rest and to get brought back to the rest of your folks, immediately you are just enveloped as the whole crew is there. All 8 of them. 7? 8. 7. 8?
Seven.
Seven.
Plus Mercury is 8.
Okay. All 7 of them are there, and they take you in. They don't immediately crowd you. Basically, Pluto walks up first, grabs you around the waist, says, "I know you're not going to like this, but getting you in a room, we're just going to help you calm down. When they give permission, we're coming in, and we're not leaving you for the night. Deal with it." And he takes you,
What?
drops you on your bed, gives you a hot water bottle to hold on to, puts a light towel in cool water next to your bedside table if you want. There's already a meal sitting on the other side. He walks out, Venus walks in, and just sits down with you and helps you calm down for as long as needed.
Mercury will pretty much just hand over the rest
Yep.
to Venus.
Immediately they take some of the spare alchemical stuff they have for emergencies, so their medical supplies, go through it, clean it up, get rid of any scars. If they leave a scar, you'll have to look for them.
And knocks him on his ass.
Good. And you regale the story to the 8 of them, 7 of them. They are happy. And they just... Saren, you get dozens and dozens of text messages of thank you from numbers you do not recognize. You can assume.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple that send you like 8 or 9 in a row. But in the meantime, one quick thing with Saren.
I assume that she's getting a ride home from Roddy and with
Yeah.
Sabriel and Ray.
Yeah.
Since I assume
Yeah, probably. Mercury, I assume you drive alone.
Yeah, Mercury would...
Yep.
One thing, though, before they all do part, Mercury
Sure.
would like to say something to the...
Just quick, please, because I have to go soon.
Yeah, of course. Just outside of the station, basically just... Thank you
Don't
to
mention
get me.
We're glad you're okay.
We do it again in a heartbeat. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Mm.
Go.
Glad.
Do the same for us.
And without question,
For you.
Mercury will pretty much pull any of them as she can reach into a hut.
Ray's not going.
Ray, it's simple enough for you to slip out of the grasp.
Rogue.
Rogue.
And they, as the hug goes, several just say, "Don't worry, Ray. I'll get one here for you."
It's
And-
just a laugh in the face.
After the hug, Mercury just kind of looks at Ray and extends her hand for a fist bump.
Ray will do that.
Ray will happily accept the fist bump.
And, we're cool. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yep,
This is directed directly to Ray.
that's cool.
Alright.
Don't slip these into my food. I have multiple people who will be ready on hand.
I don't plan to.
you.
But, I guess ditto for you.
I don't know what you're allergic to.
You're never gonna know, I'll tell you that much.
You say that now.
Side note, Mercury is not allergic to anything.
Lucky. Good night, Mercury.
We should be going. Yes.
Yeah.
Good night.
We should-
If ever you just want to talk, though, he kind of taps the side of her head. I think we're all available.
I will. Worry. I just scared the shit out of a lot of people tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So,
Don't worry.
good night.
Um,
Will just leave.
Mercury, 1 second.
Aye?
I'm sorry that I was gonna take this job and I just brought it up to the rest of you, and I'm sorry that this is what happened.
It's better you're not doing it alone.
It's not your fault. If anything, if it wasn't for the way I look, we probably wouldn't have gotten that much information on him. If it wasn't for Ray putting that recording, we would have gotten Jack and shite. So,
Also, if you did run into any extra problems with this guy, I think I'd be more angry at you that you didn't bring us along for the ride.
yeah, I gotta agree with Sabriel there.
Yeah.
Like it or not, it's best if we do stuff together. Work well, in some aspects, and I like that. So
I think we can round out the other aspects as we go along.
I also I like your new hairstyle. That goes for both of you. With that, I'll leave.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, as you each head to your appropriate places to sleep, or maybe not sleep in the case of Mercury for a while.
On the way, on the car ride, that wasn't the thing, sorry, but on the car ride,
Go for it.
Saren just kind of leans her head back, closes her eyes, and Sabriel and Ray get "Do you want to commingle?"
Yeah.
There's a pause from Zapriel and then thank you, and a yes.
Don't abuse it.
It's weird, actually, commingling with one who has their eyes closed. As you don't see anything when it switches to her vision, but you see out of both theirs at the same time for a second, which is mind-numbing. You swap back into your own. And as you each take your long rest, we will leave it there for today.
Cool.
I'll give you guys experience once the recording is done.
Alright.
Well fucking done, y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
boys.
you. Oh boy. Alright, ending the recording. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.